Okay, if this one doesn't work with the sound, there's nothing I can do about it. They're obviously sending a psychic attack as usual. Whatever, that's how certain people end up. Let's see. I need to hear more about psychic attacks. Yeah, that's how certain people end up getting kicked off of platforms because people who don't like them run it or know people who don't like them and run it, so they do that. But a psychic attack is a psychic attack is basically taking the energy and throwing it at another person from a perspective of negativity, jealous, envy, or resentment. That's kind of what it is. But then take it up a notch. There's actually people who deliberately send ill will towards you. Okay. So I'm introduced psychic vampire. Oh, it's yes, Jeff, it is. It's being introduced to somebody who's choosing to block your gain, your sunlight, your sparkle, all of that. It's being blocked by that. So you are connecting with an energy that is um, trying to wish you harm or cause you problems or what. Oh yeah, I mean, if you work in a psychic store, you'll never be. I'm back. Hold on. You'll never function because they don't, yes, constantly being blocked. They don't want you to be successful. They don't want, understand, once you align with Jesus, once you align with God, they want to block you, period. They don't like you. They want to hurt you. If they're, hi Damien, if what they want to do is they want to block you from making money. They think that everything you have is theirs. There's a sense of entitlement and there's a sense of rage and anger and fear. You mirror, you send it back to them. I pray to God to take it back that way, but they'll still send it at you. I mean, they still send it at you. They honest to God do. This happens from people you don't even know. You need to be very careful who you let in your group, who you let know, and you need to make sure that they're at your level of energy and understanding. And I'm literally, yes, get out of there. A lot of metaphysical shops practice things you don't even know about in their back rooms. Me and Deanna can tell you about that stuff. They target you. Look at this. Here's my vanity again on my hair. It's going bonkers. They target you. They target you based on anything. Look at what they say about people who, yes, and it's generational and they don't, new neighbor from hell. Exactly. And you didn't do anything to them. You don't even care. So you have to be aware of what goes on around, and people who think it doesn't happen are crazy. You can go to a professional person who hates your guts and does the service, and their hatred of you or the way they feel about you is going to corrupt the way that you received the service or the surgery or the house or the food or whatever it is. So there's always a problem, and especially with envy and jealousy. Not everything is designed for everybody, right? Not, it does sound like that. Look at this. This is going to drive me crazy. It does sound like that group of people. Look at, now I'm sideways. It does sound like that group of people. But some people feel they're entitled because you choose to live your life. They get vengeful and they think that their vengefulness is a good way to be. Thank you, Steffiana. Steffiana, thank you. Thank you for that. So yeah, no, jealousy is a spirit. There's a spirit of jealousy. There's a spirit of envy. There's the Jezebel spirit. We all know this. We know this, okay? They don't like the light within God's children. And I'm being serious. Any natural gift that you have that other people try to copy and they try to utilize, they don't like it. Like, just look at how they feel about somebody who is, I'll give you an example. So if you have a really beautiful person on the planet, like a good looking child, they will be destroyed by people who don't look like that, don't have the same intellect, don't have the same moral compass, and they will try to put your kids onto drugs, and your kid can be 6 times as glorious as that kid with 6 times the heart and generous and kind, and they will take your child down with drugs. Misery loves company, and it'll be your kid that suffers from it, not them. And they'll go through life and they'll act like they're normal and like you're not normal. So it really is very, 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 okay, very reverse worldish, if you will. It's a reverse world kind of a thing. Yes, Edgar Casey. Hugh Lynn, his son, Edgar Casey. Yes, it's upside down world. But they get jealous for anything. There's old women that are jealous of young women. Hi, Bobby. I texted you. I'm back. I'm back. This is the backup phone, Bobby. That other phone I call you from. The backup phone. The red phone. Okay, so anyway, you have to protect what is yours. You have, just because someone smiles to your face, hell, you can be married to somebody for 3+ decades and they hate your guts. Okay, yeah, that's Bobby's case. Yes, the girl in the picture, that's Bobby's case. Bobby worked on that case. That's Bobby's information in Windsor. I know Windsor well, in the bridge to Windsor. So what needs to happen? What needs to happen? This phone, I'm pretty sure I was being, I'm going to sound like a meth head. I'm pretty sure I was being hacked last week. So I shut the phone down and set it up again, but I'm going to have to get rid of that phone. I'm just going to have to sell that phone because it seems like people can hear me on this. People are bugging, all of that kind of stuff. I don't want to be bugged in that kind of thing. Yes, that's Bobby's case. That's her case. That's what she worked on. It's really interesting. And it's #1 on Netflix, I believe. But there's so many ways they can go at you. You can have little passive aggressive things said to you that, and I'll give you an example of a demonic human being. I love this story. I don't love this story, but I have a little gal friend, and she's a young woman. She's 30. She's Jason's age. And she worked at a hair salon I go to. And she's perfectly lovely. And I've known her since she was younger. And she was the assistant to the girl that I go to that's a hairdresser. And the owner of the salon's lovely. It's a great place. I'm not going to name the salon right now because I go to many different. So I'm not going to name this one just because I don't want, to bring up this particular issue. But this particular issue, this young hairstylist knew. She had a client come in, and the client was on a Groupon, and she came in and she cut the client's hair. And I sit next to her when she cuts. I can tell a shitty hairdresser from a good, the girl in the picture on Netflix. And Bobby's doing the Durst case, and then there's a movie coming out about Bobby's life. So there's all kinds of things. So anyway, this young hairdresser, super good. This woman came in, she got a Groupon, which means if the haircuts are 100, she got it for 30, whatever, right? So the hairdresser, who shall remain nameless, she did the haircut, and she was, she did it. The woman thanked her, tipped her, left the salon, started freaking out, came back, demanded her money back, and started yelping her like a crazy person, saying the shittiest things. She was simply jealous of this little girl, because of her happiness. Hi, Ashley, the smiler, the smile on her face, the joy in her heart, and the fact that she enjoyed herself. So she wrote hundreds of nasty shit, called the salon. Luckily, the owner and everybody else just told her to fuck off. But she really affected the young hairdresser because the young hairdresser couldn't take such unhappiness. And you know what? That's a very demonic thing to do because you're jealous of somebody, either their age, the way they look. This girl's really, really super cute. It is a terrible, terrible thing to do to somebody, but that is a psychic attack. That is an attack where you have to send boundaries. And the average person does not know about boundaries, as in metaphysical boundaries, as opposed to like door locks on your door, car locks and that kind of thing. They don't know about it, okay? They don't know about it. So people have to learn how to pull their power back. Meditation, calling your power back, allowing yourself to be seen in a particular way, all of those things. You have to allow yourself to pull the energy back. How do you do that? Pray to Jesus. Prayer is really the only way, but you can also salt bath, vinegar bath, continue to send everything back around you. Deanna's favorite one, disco ball around you. The disco ball with all the little fragments of glass. You're inside the disco ball and you're sending that shit back, right? So that's another way to do it. But the truth is, if somebody wants to, carjack you on the street, no matter what you do, they're going to find a way. They're going to stalk you. They're going to find a way. So you're not really going to win in every particular instance, but okay, but at least you're trying to do something. Salt bath on the full moon, exactly. At least you're trying to do something. So you can send that stuff back. You can return it to sender. You could, yeah, that's Deanna's favorite. She's always calling me. She's like, "Are you doing your disco ball?" I'm like, "Fuck no, I didn't." But you can do that. You can carry crystals. You can do all kinds of things. Let me just say to you, I have worked in this profession for 40 years, 40 professionally. Okay. I have carried every crystal in my underwear, in my bra, on me, in my ears, everywhere. I meditate every day. I go in nature every day. Okay. 4 hours every day. Doesn't matter. If they're going to get you, they're going to get you. And that's what they try to do. That's the shit that they try to do. So when you're looking at it, you have to understand people have negative intentions. They'll smile to your face. You will marry them and have children with them. And their only goal is to watch you fail and crush you up. And, if you were dead, they'd be happier, right? So understand that. You do not know people around you. You do not understand things until you do understand them. Yes, moldavite and obsidian. I love obsidian. I'm obsessed with obsidian. So my favorite one is obsidian, and I also love elite shungite, which I gave to Keithy to put in his water bottle, not chip his teeth, but in his water bottle to clear the water. And I live in the desert, no underwear. There you go. I totally get that. Excuse me. Anyway, moldavite and elite shungite, I love. Okay, so you need to really, really send it back. No one has the right to assault you, whether it's in their head energetically or literally like on the street, assault you, run into you, do something terrible to you. No one has the right to do that. So they just don't have the right. You are allowed to protect yourself. You are allowed to say, "You're not going to fuck with me." You are allowed to send energy back. So it is extremely extreme. I'm a fast bitch. I know. I do. I run up that hill. People look at me and they're like, "Are you running? Are you dancing?" I'm like, "Yeah." Anyway, it's really fun for me. I enjoy it tremendously. But you literally have to take control, because if they can rob, rape, and pillage through your energy fields, that's what they will do in order to harness your energy. Understand right now in the spiritual war, what's going on is they can no longer hide behind us. So they're getting mad. So what they are is they are like con men and women who hide behind people's energy so that they appear like the people that they're hiding behind, so that they have the same glow, light, battery, technology that person has. And what they do is they hide in your energy field so that people don't see who they really are. Well, they're being outed right now. They're definitely being outed, okay? Oh my God, I love Barbara Jean. I love shungite. Love it. Moonstone. I can't wear it. It makes me a bit nutty, but I love shungite. You have to understand. Oh my gosh, excuse me. You have to understand. I'm just like, I knocked myself out. You have to understand that their intention and ill will towards you is a form of thought spell. So you literally have to watch what they project onto you. You have to watch. Yeah, they do that. You block them. I can feel them. They try to get in through here. They try to get in through the back. They try it all the time. This is what they do. I don't know if reflexology is good or not. It depends if you like it. But this is what they do. So there's tons of attacks that happen in a spiritual sense. This is when you get peppered with everything. You may lose a child, get a divorce, have the taxes after you, lose a house. I'm talking like lose a miscarriage child. Like early on in life, get a divorce, find out you're bankrupt, find out someone stole from you. Whatever it is, these things may happen, and they may happen in a way. Does psychic always feel like they're living? I don't know. I've always said this is reverse world, and I do not understand why I'm here. So all I can tell you is I'm like, it's useless for me to be here. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they hook into the energy here to take your energy. They like a sweat lodge, they throw cords at you in order to do that. So how do you dry up cords? How do you get rid of cords? Because people cut cords, but like with weeds, if you cut a weed at the top and you throw stuff on it, the little weed underneath pokes out and it comes after you, right? So what you have to do is stop the weed from getting nutrients. So you have to stop thinking about those cords. I'm speaking mainly when it comes to relationships, boyfriends, that kind of thing. Girlfriends, wives, husbands, whoever. Hello. Oh my goodness. Excuse me. What's wrong? Excuse us. What's wrong? Here you go. Oh, is it your birthday soon? I wish I knew exactly what day you were. What's going on? There she is. She's a year this month. I think she's already a year. I think she's a week before Jason. But I don't know what she's mewing at. She's been going crazy. Crazy. Chiropractor all the time. Yeah, she loves to talk. She was talking, and then I picked her up. She's okay. She's sitting down there. You have sweat lodges are great. Infrared's great. Green smoothies are great. Oh, happy birthday, Virginia. Happy birthday. So you have to, I think Lula's probably around the 7th of July, I'm thinking. It's probably a week before Jason. I knew she was a Cancer. They're trying to tell me she's a Leo. I'm like, nope, nope, nope. Let's see. Oh, Mew Mew. Cato had his birthday on July 2nd. I think Mew's like between the 2nd and the 7th. I forget what the vet said, but when I brought her in and I said she was 8 weeks, they're like, no, she's 12 weeks. I'm like, then she'd be a Cancer. You just saw her. She's jumping out there. She's looking to see who's coming. She broke my blinds. Oh my goodness. No, she's spayed. Yeah, Sloan, does Mew Mew bite your hand? Yeah, she does sometimes. Yeah, she's a Cancerian cat for sure. See, there's tons of Cancerian pets. She's a Cancer, that one. I know, she's very sensitive. She's so cute. She wakes me up at 4:45. She's crabby. She can be silly. She can be all kinds of things. That's exactly right. So yeah, she's very sweet. She's very strong, very lovable, very cute. Yeah. Did she act different? No, she really didn't. I mean, she was wobbly when she came out of the surgery. She was like, oh, wobble. But no, she's pretty good. I was worried about that. She doesn't really scratch the furniture. She has, but I clip her nails and she's got scratching things all over the house. So the studio rather, she's got little scratchy things. So yeah, Cancer kitties. So you have made Taurus kitties. I know. Let's see. My cat box didn't stink. I cleaned it. I clean mine every day. I get up, I clean it. If she does more stuff in there, I clean it again. I go through so much cat litter. It's stupid. But yeah, she's very good. And I let her out once a day so she can go out there and do whatever it is she wants to do. I prefer cats and we get a cat instead of a dog. I like dogs too, honestly. But when you're looking at psychic attacks, they will throw stuff at you. They feel that they have a need. Understand this. You know, we have all that information about narcissists and how narcissists are and how narcissists are demons and how they take over your energy. Just look at it this way. If you have somebody that tells you what you are, okay? What you are, like what are you? So you say you're whatever you do for a living. You're a waitress and you do nails. You're a cock bartender and you serve dinner. You're a seamstress and you're a lawyer, whatever. So they tell you whatever, you tell people what you do, and you can tell an envious person because they will twist your words and say, no, you're this. No, you're that. Here's the thing. Don't ever let anybody tell you who you are, whether they call you a whore, a fraud, ugly, stupid, whatever. Your doggy's named Cornell. So Luna Bell, there you go. You don't let anyone tell you what you are. You know who you are. God knows who you are. So when people try to say you're not this, you're not that, you know what you are. So you don't need to explain to anybody. And Dobermans are so cute. I saw a Doberman the other day. I never see Dobermans. So you need to I'm a retired stay-at-home mom. There you go, Beth. It doesn't matter. No one gets to tell you what you are. And narcissistic, demonic type, shape-shifting entity type, lower vibration people will always say you're a this. That's why I try to refrain from telling people that, okay? Yeah, Pleiadian. Yeah, exactly. I'm a manicurist and fired a few clients. There you go. That's like my hairdresser. Thank God she doesn't fire me. Oh my God. No. Anyway, you don't let anybody tell you what you are. You know what you are. You know who you are, right? Italian Greyhound. I don't know if you're saying you're one or you want one. But this is what they do. This is how they attack. You're this, you're that. Okay. That's what you need to pay attention, right? You need to pay attention to that. You need to understand that that's a form of shape-shifting where they are trying to tell you what they are so they can trade identities with you. So if I say, If I say I'm whatever, okay, I'm a cat mom and a mom of Jason and a mom of Keith, if I say that and then they turn around and say, you're not a mom, you're not a good mom, you're not a cat mom, they're trying to impose their will onto me and tell me what I am, which they don't have any right to do. So that's always a problem, right? It's a problem. You have to cut people off that don't treat you well. Unless they're 100% on your time, cut them off. Your weenie dog is Bella. That's so cute. Aw, poodle goat, so cute. But you have to cut people off, and you have to understand there's an element of envy. You don't just talk about people all over the place, insulting them day and night if you feel good. You don't go around thinking bad thoughts about people if you feel good. Like, why are you thinking bad thoughts in your head? I mean, I can see that you could. Let's see, is there a spiritual? I feel there is in the birth chart. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, 8th house aspects, absolutely. Mercury, there's all kinds of things I found in the charts of transgendered people. Yeah, absolutely. Many different, but usually 8th house, and I find Uranus connected to it a lot and Neptune connected to it. So that's a spiritual transfer, if you will, like that. Yeah, you have to cut people off when they're not. How do you protect your own aura? You pray to God, you call back your power, you use crystals, you exercise, you eat properly. That is what you do. That's what you do. That's how you do it. What you need to understand is no one has the right to insult you or call you anything, regardless of what you're doing. If you're speaking from an intention with integrity, whatever it is you're saying, then that's what you're doing. For example, if you're watching two politicians argue and somebody's talking about the rights of children and somebody's saying, you're wearing a fugly skirt, it's like, are we talking about children or are you commenting on my fucking skirt? Like, let me take my skirt off. I'll be here in my undies. I mean, my underoos, whatever, right? So it's weird. And the other thing is when they try and tell you what you are, understand that that's a trick to try to push their energy onto yours so that they can see you the way that you are. I know she showers in public just like I used to. There's no hot water though coming down. So you really have to be careful. Yes, I am writing a book. I have to sit down. You really have to be careful. People, I feel 30 years of friendship ending. Sometimes it does. Sometimes we outgrow people. I left a marriage after 33 years. I literally was married 33 years. I took care of a family for 33 years. I took care of that man for 33 years. I was forced to leave. You know what that's called? Meaning, no one told me to get out, but basically what that's called is again, reverse world. So they hate you so much, and just look at it this way. You want to maintain a friendship with your friend, right? The one who had a 30-year friendship, right? No, we all feel connected to each other. We are all connected. So where did you read about that? Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, yeah, they force you with the behavior. So I took it for a long time. Here's what happens when you're in an abusive relationship with an addict. You will take the behavior, you will try to fix it. You will try to be good. You will try to be better. You will get suicidal. You will, just basically give up on your life. You will stop trying to enjoy yourself. You will do all kinds of things in order to try to caretake the person because you actually believe that it is a thing that you can control. And they don't want to be controlled, and they're invested in seeing you like a piece of shit. So what do? They drink and drug, and then they scream at you an inch from your face. So after 30 years of that, you're like, you know what? I think I got to go. So they force you, but they wanted you to go anyway. That's the thing we don't understand. We're assuming it's so sad. It's this. These fuckers didn't want to be married to you. That's why they pull the stunts they do. That's why they do it. They didn't want to be married to you anyway. They don't even like you, but they don't know how to get out of it because they don't have the energy maybe to stand up and say they want to end it, nor do they want to fight you in court. So what they do is they cause you to have to leave. They cause you to have to leave. So that's what they do. And then you end up being reverse discarded in that, and they can't even be honest. So at least you should be honest with certain things, right? They don't want to look like the one. Yeah, they don't want to look like they ended the marriage, but they did. No one walks out of a marriage after 33 years because they want to at 55 with no, or I'm sorry, I was 53, with no background, with nothing. leaves with this just nothing, the kitchen table. So nobody does that if they want to do it. Okay, does it. No one does that. So you have to look at it. Really start looking at what people say to you and what they do. You have to really, really, really pay close attention because people will tell you it's all one-sided. That's what they want you to think. That's a transference of energy. It's not all one-sided. Everything is two-sided. Some people more so than one. It might be 70-30. It might be 40-60. It might be 51-49, whatever. So yeah, that's what they do. So you have to be very, very, very careful about what you do. Okay. So yeah, well, no one, not after 33 years, you don't. You don't. Okay. You do not do that. You did. That's what I'm saying. You don't do it because I left with no division of property. I mean, come on. I walked out the door with what I had, and what I had paid for what I got now, but that's all I had. There was no division. And this, of course, whatever. When the need exceeds the fear. Exactly. So it's very interesting. And when you do leave like that, ladies, it's tough because then they feel, because you left the property, that they own everything. And their lawyers try to threaten you and say they're going to take everything from you. And it's so interesting. But I was raising my small children. That's a whole other thing. I couldn't do that. That's why I didn't leave. I couldn't do that. So yeah, it's a huge problem when that stuff happens. It's a big problem. So you have to understand there's all kinds of ways of spiritually attacking somebody. And the way to really spiritually attack someone, okay, the way to spiritually attack someone is to understand that when you tell them things that make them doubt themselves, okay, yeah, they do. And they act surprised when I know he said he didn't expect it. And he also didn't tell his daughter for 6 months. He didn't tell anybody because he didn't want to be seen as the one doing it. He tried to pretend nothing happened. He didn't want to be seen as anything. So it's interesting. But what I'm saying is, when you're looking at energy, I stayed way too long. I should have left when I was pregnant with Keith, right after that. I should have left right then. My son may be alive. But anyhow, all of that aside, and I wouldn't have had to deal with the bullshit and the stupid shit. No, I'm not kidding you. No, I'm not kidding you. I'm being serious. I'm being very serious. But anyway, the problem, who is doing this now? Don't talk to the trolls, y'all. The problem is, okay, what is it meant? Who is it drawing attention? Well, maybe you need to know about it, or maybe like any of you have room to talk. What are you guys talking about? Yeah, I don't know what to say. Anyhow, it takes a lot of energy to leave because they're invested in having a story where you're the enemy in the story. Okay? Where you're the enemy of the story. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful with it because they're trying to usurp energy. The reason you're there is because they don't like you and they can pound on you with their mouth or whatever it is. I block trolls. I don't have to see it. Yeah. What are we talking about? Who is Gray Moon? What are y'all talking about? Somebody tell me Sloan's birthday. Yes. No, mine's not in 11 days. Maybe you just said yours was. Okay. There could be a demon in the room. What do you want me to do? You think psychics don't see things all day long? That's the funny thing. That's the really funny thing. Demons usually show up as somebody you know, somebody you sleep with, somebody you give birth to, somebody who's a parent. Those are where demons show up in a way. But yeah, it's definitely possible. And what I would say, okay, oh, your birthday's in 6 days. What I would say is all psychics deal with that, okay? All psychics deal with demonic energy, evil people, whatever, okay? They all deal with it. That you're not going to, when you're a doctor, you're not just going to be doing like boob jobs and tummy tucks. You're going to see people hemorrhage. You're going to see people who put silicone in their ass. You're going to see all kinds of gross things come up in surgery. You don't just get to, whatever it is. Is what true about demons? Yes, it's true. They do have a lower consciousness. They reside here all over the place. Go into the Catholic Church. Go into the Catholic Church. So it definitely happens. Happy birthday. Oh, your brother, he died at 38. I'm so sorry, Debbie. Yeah, people get abilities, get attacked. Absolutely. They do not like God's children. If you're just a good kid, and I do not believe in twin flames. I do not believe in, Lori, stop saying my screen is distorted. Would you please stop saying that? I've already heard you. I'm not responding. So People with abilities are like, yeah, they are. You can see, and you can see when you're gods, they're always going to attack you. They're always going to attack you. Are people you know? They're people you know, Magic Pixie. They're people in your life. There's demons in your life, Magic Pixie, probably inside of you. But yeah, there's people, there's always demons. The government is demons, all kinds of things. So there, yeah, I listen. Yeah, they're just weird. I've got to, okay, you've got to go too. You've got to go. Okay. So yeah, I'm just not listening to anybody. So if you bug me, you're going off here. I don't care if you like me or not. So yeah, you're not going to be here. And I'm going to go through after this live and cut people off too. I'm just not like, I'm sorry. Like, you know, come on now. You need to understand you're in my house. You're coming in through my camera. So like, you know, have some respect. Try being a little bit like fucking normal, right? Like I'm not in your house. Smell you later. Exactly. That's what Keith, you smell me? So yeah, it's go back about 3 minutes. Yeah. I don't know what to say. People have what? No, I'm not. People are just so weird. It's on the first video, the Capricorn moon. People are so weird. They have to stop doing that. They just, it's just weird. It's just sick. Like, what's wrong with you? Do you have nothing to do? I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm like, whatever. You don't affect me. I mean, you know, the good thing is I have my own website. Always had my own website, 20 something years. So I can put my stuff on my own website. Like I'm not going to be controlled. I know they're haters. I'm just saying like it's, I don't know. I find it very strange that people like have nothing. Do you have nothing in your life? Like you literally have to get behind a screen and type. It's so weird. Thank you, Jeff. Oh, Jeff, thank you so much. Smell you later, Tammy. Thank you, Jeff, for that. Thank you. Yeah, well, demons are looking to consume. The demonic energy is looking to consume the light in order to hide behind it. Understand that. If you were to walk down the street and you could see your soul was hanging out and people could see your ugly soul, like they could see it and they're like, God, you have an ugly soul. Do you think that anybody would go near you? Would you get married? No. Would you have kids? Would you be able to feed off your kids? Would you take life insurance policies out on your kids? Would you, after they die, get credit cards in their name? Would any of these things be things that you do, right? No, because people would see you for what you are, okay? So people would see you for what you are. So they have to hide, shower their energy, put on a coat and pretend and copy people of light. That's why they copy. They're vacuous. They're vacuous. Demons get everywhere. There's demons in politics. There's demons everywhere. Yeah, they can I know what it's called. It's fine. They can target all they want. They can't really get me. I mean, I don't know what to say. You're not going to get me. What can you say? Here I exist and here, you know, I'm just here. Bill Gates comes close. I did talk about him, I think. Can you pull cards for what's coming? I could. I just don't have the energy right now. Yeah, demons love politicians. Demon loves drug addicts. They love sex addicts. They love people that carry anger and rage. But you know, here's what's so interesting. I love it. This is what I love. I love it when women are very strong. And it is a normal, it really happens. Like, I'm sorry, it really, you can see the demons. It really fucking happens. I don't know what to say. People can think you're crazy. If they think it's just human beings out there and they think that that's who's raping babies, I mean, okay. If you think that a human being is doing that, all right, I don't know what to say to you. Thank you for that, Cheryl. Thank you. Yes, they can be demonic. You know what? Your energy can be really open and something, it's not like a poltergeist and it's not like The Exorcist where it's completely in that girl, but you can see the demons in someone's eyes. Exactly. Thank you, Nicole, for that. Thank you so much. You can see the energy around the energy field of the person that has the attachment, not necessarily in. Now, when people are completely sold out for whatever reason, whatever they want to be, whatever they say, they're sold out, they absolutely are giving up their host. They may share it, or they may be thrown right out of their body. They may be thrown right out of their body, right? And for people who think that there isn't demons, okay, that they think that there isn't, there's just humans, someone has to explain to me 800,000 missing children per year in the United States. I can tell. Yes, how do you tell? By the eyes. I tell by how they blink the eyes too. Thank you, Daniela. Thank you so much. Yeah, they know when you can see them. They don't like you at all. They'll be in your loved one, your partner, an addict in the bar, you know, a crackhead, a needle junkie, you know, just a bitch ass man that doesn't pay child support. They'll be in those people. That's where they'll be. They'll be in those kind of people, and they will sit there and you'll be able to see them, and you'll see it on their face because they don't fucking like you. So you'll come as shifty shift, Adam shift. The eyes go, yeah, the eyes go black and they dart sideways. They'll even tell you. They'll even tell you. I've been told by people they have a black heart. Who the fuck tells someone you have a black heart? You're telling me you're sold out? Like, are you that stupid? Apparently so. I've actually had a friend tell me that. I have a black heart. What does that mean, that you have a black heart? I have a black heart. This was told to me. This was literally told to me. I'm like, okay, like, why do you think that? They're telling you they're sold out. Jerky movements with the eyes, right? Yep, exactly. Snake-like or reptilian. Yes, exactly. So they definitely, yeah, black heart. It is, well, they were trying to do that. Wounded, could be wounded, but I think they're sold out. I swear the truth. Blue eyes, oh, and black. Okay, blue and black. I don't know about blue, but are you protected? Okay, I don't know what you're talking about there. The demon in them knows who you are, because the person will come. You could be having sex with a demon. This happened to me when I was a teenager. You literally can be talking to the person, and you can see the soul, and you can see the God essence, and you can see the heart, and then the demon comes out. The demon come out. The demon be saying some stupid ass shit. Stupid ass shit, acting like a whiny baby, and you don't know if you've got this one or this one. But here's the thing. They're attaching to your spores when they come out, right? That's what they're doing. When they say they got black hearts, they're sold out. You are sold out. Empty cedars. Exactly. I have jerky eyes, but I have an eye condition. Okay. Yeah, no, the demons laugh at us. They come, it's whatever. But I pray to God. And the one thing the demons can't handle is when you pray to Jesus. Say, in the name of Jesus, amen. In the name, really pray, in the name of Jesus, amen. Not even joking you. They don't like that. Okay, demons follow you from behind. They try to get into you from behind. They do all kinds of things. They try to get to you. That's what demons do. So the eyes are the window to the soul. So what you need to do is pray in the name of Jesus, amen. In the name of Jesus. Keep saying it, in the name of Jesus. They do not like that. They do not like it. Amen. God and Jesus protect me. I am under the umbrella of God, in the name of Jesus. Amen. That's how you're protected. It's really the only way you're going to be protected. There's nothing else you can do. You can get a shotgun. You can outrun them. You can not talk to anybody. You can do whatever you want. You can stay sober and eat well, and they're still going to come for you. That's what they do. Yes, brown to green. Well, they're changing. That's a hormonal change, so that might have something to do with the wiring in the body. Yeah, pray. I'm under the protection of God, in the name of Jesus. Amen. I run around saying it in my head. When I feel like they're doing a psychic attack on me, demons, Satanists, people who want to control my brain, which can sound schizophrenic, but they can read your thoughts because they're out on the astral. So what I do, this is the thing I do when I walk into it. If I feel it and I feel uncomfortable and I get a whiff of it, I start going like this. Oh my God, I have to pick up my phone. I need some tin foil. I've got to have 6 potatoes. Okay, 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. I start doing a grocery list in my head to distract them from coming to me. Sometimes the more you pray, the more they attack. The more you pray, the more they attack. The more you pray, the more they They attack. They don't want you praying. It raises the vibration. It raises the vibration in the name of Jesus. Amen. It absolutely raises the vibration on the planet, and they don't like that. They don't like it. Sulfur smell, exactly. See, I say that, they try to clog my throat. It's terrible. I don't know that they're made of fire. The government's agents are on the astral big fucking time. I don't know that it's, I think you said this before. This is good to know. Yeah. Now I have to cough. Excuse me. Yeah, random sulfur smells, bad smells. I wake up and they scratch the shit out of me. Sometimes they push me. That's what I was going to say. Look at my eyes. This is what they do. They jump right in because they don't want me saying, in the name of Jesus, amen. But anyway, here's the thing. Here, I know, predicting your own death, right? Here's the thing. When Keithy died, and after Deanna, I'm always going to go back to Keithy. When Keithy passed and Deanna and I went out there, it's 12 hours after his death, and we were walking on the street. We parked down a side street because we had to put out flyers. I mean, I got flyers and signs made immediately so that I could do this, right? So anyway, Deanna and I are walking, and it's a complete, we're both wearing flip-flops. It's 107, and we're both like walking down the street, right? And I'm walking, I think I'm in front of her. There's nothing on the sidewalk. Somebody fucking pushes her, boom, and she flies to the ground. She flies to the ground. Smack on the ground. I'm like, what the hell just happened? She got pushed. I got pushed at the Grand Canyon. They don't want you. The more that you talk, they don't want you, right? They don't want that. If some of his followers who suck. Yeah, well, no, Jesus is a light being, and the Christ consciousness is what remains, okay? I don't know what that word is. Yeah, timeline jump. Yes, I got pushed and broke your wrist. Yeah, they do that. I've broken several phones. They just push you like that. And they want you to know that they push you because they're demonic and it's fucking heinous. They walk around all around us and they just don't, they don't like you, right? So they do that in the name of Jesus. Amen. I am protected. You are protected. That's actually what we have to do. I never thought I'd be this person because I never stepped foot in a church really, but I went for a walk one day and lost 12 minutes. Yeah, I woke up in a crazy ass timeline. Listen to this timeline I woke up in. So this happened a few months back with a friend of mine. This was said to me and I was like, what the fuck? Okay, so like, what the fuck? So anyway, I woke up. I was timeline jumping. You're supposed to wait like every 3 weeks. Me, I'm doing it all the time. Anyway, Dan and I were doing it. This person actually turned around, 5 years old. Oh, they don't care. They don't like kids. Kids are innocent. So somebody actually said to me, I switched into a weird timeline. One of my friends said to me, and I had to get the fuck away, but literally said in this timeline, I'm in love with you. No, listen to this. I'm in love with you. And my mother died out of their mouth at the same time. And I was like, this was me. Oh God, I jumped into the wrong timeline. No joke. No joke. So sometimes you can jump into a timeline where you follow a strand of thought that isn't the thought you should be. That was said to me. I was like, what? And then they said later on when I said, I don't understand why you said that to me. I started laughing. I guess I'm really hard on the fucking ego, but I don't know what to do when someone says that to me, right? I am like, what? Like, literally, I'm in love with you. My mother died. Wait, what? And so anyway, I was like, what? So I was like, oh God, I literally am in the wrong timeline. So I said later on, like a month later after I got over it, I said, why did you say that to me? Oh, I was only joking. See, gaslighting because they got caught. I think the timeline jumping propelled them to say that propelled them to say that. I was like, what the fuck? It was the funniest thing. Not that they're funny, but I was just like, that's really a weird combination of sentences to say. I don't understand why you said that. Retract their intentions. Yeah, no, it was really, really, really fucking weird. And then I felt so guilty. See, that's what can happen in a timeline. You feel so guilty, you might actually take them to lunch or dinner or something, and you're like, wait, what? I jumped timelines, and now I'm taking you to dinner? No, 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 I got to get out of this fucking timeline. Back up, put the brakes on, back up. I was like, what the fuck? So you kind of have to be careful. I told you about that, Bobby. You have to be, hi, Michael. You have to be careful about the timelines you jump into, because sometimes splitting ever so minutely, you know, I wasn't forcing anything. I was like, how do I get the hell out of this timeline? How do I get out of there? I got to get the fuck out of this timeline. So you can switch, just like something can move ever so slightly on your table. You can get up and you can't find your keys the next day, but you're like, I know I put the keys on the table. Where the hell are my keys, right? I had to get out of it. And then when I got out of the timeline, I realized I jumped into a timeline. Here's the thing. It was good and it was bad. It was bad because that's the craziest thing I ever heard in my life. It's like, what the fuck is that? But I learned that this friend of mine, A, isn't a friend, B, didn't have good intentions, C, was trying to maybe elicit a reaction in the wrong way, which is manipulation in a sense. So somehow I jumped into that slight switch, which caused it, which ruined the friendship, because I can't go there with people. But here's timeline jumping. So let's look at it this way. Time is simultaneously going on, okay? Time is simultaneously going on. So I'm Sloan, I'm 55, turning 56, and I'm also Sloan, who's 10, getting her braces off. And I'm also, 23 and about to get married. And I'm also all of these things going on simultaneously, okay? Simultaneously. Now, when I ask to jump timelines, which is a meditation, and I'm jumping, I usually jump through 55 here, girl, turning 56 in a month. So exhausted, my eyes can't even keep open right now. Yeah, timeline jumping, Michael. Timeline, like meditating and timeline jumping. I started doing it. Oh, me and Deanna started doing it like obsessively, maybe like 6 months ago. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, so a timeline jump is, here is Sloan. She's in an experience right now. This is her day right now, today, right? This is what's happening. So she meditates and she envisions something else, right? So what does she envision? She envisions a slight change, not to be rich or anything, but maybe have a better relationship. 57 on July 16th. Awesome. Maybe she envisions, getting a new job, getting a new car, that's my cat. Yeah. Getting a new whatever, right? So when she's envisioning this in the meditation, it's putting her in a different direction. So it's like a map compass, and it's focusing all of her radar over there. So when you wake up in the timeline jump, 43 August 3rd, I wish I was 43. Awesome. You literally will see things in a different way. I see myself differently. Some things happen really good, but I got on this really fucking weird timeline. Like, it's so weird. As I said, somebody says, I'm in love with you. My mother died. You're like, oh my fucking God, what are you saying to me? I was like, what kind of fuckery is that? Yeah, Michael had a near-death experience. Like, that's some fuckery, right? Well, it does. It depends what strand of thought you ride in on. So, you're timeline jumping every day. You are timeline jumping because they are tilting the world's axis. So you're timeline jumping all the time. And you're timeline jumping anyway, 46, and tomorrow is my hubby's birthday. He'll be 58. Awesome, Jackie. Awesome. 58 November 6th. Cool. Y'all are in my peer group. Y'all are my peers. Yeah, near-death experience is interesting. It's very interesting. I had one again with the plastic surgery, but the boob job, you know, I had that. So yeah, they can, the face changes absolutely. Yeah, Michael they did change the timeline in 2020. They absolutely did. Keith's timeline changed back 20 years. He died at 24. I saw him in his 40s at birth. They changed that timeline. That's the first thing I fucking said. He took a different timeline. Jason said that. He took a different timeline out of here. Somehow he got on that timeline. So I don't know why he got on that timeline. Mine's August 15th. My birthday, my time. God forbid I end up on a timeline weirdo. I tried to get on a timeline with Keith. I got in one timeline where I ended up in a restaurant in my head in the meditation, watching these two people eat dinner in a romantic restaurant over like up on a building, looking out of a rooftop. The woman was here, the man was here. The man turned his glass and looked at me. So he saw me in the timeline. I don't know if he actually saw me, but he felt me. So he turned it like that. And I got one where I could see, yes, you were in a different dimension. That's a jump. Do a meditation. Look up timeline. Healer Barbie has a good timeline jump. Do that. Just do a quick timeline meditation. I don't know if he was supposed to pass in his 40s. I saw him in an Asian country in his 40s. He was getting ready to do what I saw him doing as a business and go to Asia at the time that he passed. But he did not look the same. I don't know if he was going to pass in his 40s. I saw him as a 40-year-old man. Now he's doing that somewhere else. So I try to get back to Keith's timeline. I try to go back to where Keith's timeline is. So that's what I try to do. I don't know if I have control. Again, I'm just going to say, somebody said to me, I'm in love with you, my mother died. So that's the crazy ass timeline I ended up on. And then I ended up on a timeline where I went to Arizona, literally to hike the Grand Canyon, rim to rim to rim, right? Rim to rim to rim. That's Mom Bear, me too. Rim to rim to rim. First side rim to side rim, just to see what the Grand Canyon was like. And then Astral needs cleanup for real. Oh, they're all out on the fucking Astral. They're all sellouts. They're listening. They go out on the Astral. These people are on drugs. They don't even fucking know they're out on the Astral. It's very much like lucid dreaming. Keith used to lucid dream. And timelines constantly change. I end up on a goofy fucking weirdo timeline where I'm being attacked in every single way. In every single way. I'm being attacked this way, that way. It's so weird. I'm being told I don't count. It doesn't matter. I'm a piece of shit. And then I'll timeline jump out of that and then find out I'm in a different one. So see, this is a thing. If you cut one side of your hair thinking that this piece is sticking out, you got to balance it with the other side, right? So timeline jumping, in a sense, when you jump out of one problem, what problem do you bring in? So yeah, oh my God, the astral level is full of trickster spirits. That's where they go. That's the ones you hear talking timeline spaceships. Exactly, David, exactly. The astral level is where you hear them on the astral level. So with the schizophrenic people, they're always talking to them. Do this, fuck you, I hate you. They talk that way now. If you start saying stuff, oh, you can hear them. They want to, I always get ones that want to hit me in the face. I can feel them wanting to hit me, okay? Oh, you went there. I cut my hair. I can, Outlander. Look at Outlander. Look where that girl, you remember the girl, I don't know, is it in the 60s when they're in England? The mom and the daughter, and remember the Bohemian girl or the teacher girl? Anyway, she did a sacrifice outside of the Druid stones with a crystal so she could jump back in time. Do you remember that? So what do you think of the Georgia Guidestones and them being ripped down to cover up a portal? Do you see what I'm saying? Look at Outlander and then go back there. Yeah, 86 is when I was moving here, Nola. I was popping a plane over here. So I get weird hitting in the face. They want to punch me in the fucking face. I can feel it. Like I'm literally standing there and I'm like, I'm saying this and this thing wants to punch me in the face. We're definitely living parallel lives. I tried to get back to Keith. I got very close to him where I could see his face very big above me, but I couldn't go where he was. So, I mean, I try. All I try to do is to get back to Keith. That's all I want. You know, get off the planet and get back to deja vu is when your energy and the planetary energy and your trajectory on Earth is absolutely aligned. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. So, I don't know. They say manifesting, timeline jumping. If you timeline jump, right? If you timeline jump, and let's say you want a Porsche, a new car, a new house, whatever, right? Then you're trying to manifest it. So you're trying to bring it about. But what do you have to do to get that new car? Do you need a different job? Do you need to be in your same house? Do you need to get a divorce? Do you need to rob a bank? What is it you need to do? So then you're on another timeline following that, right? Thank you. Thank you for that, H. Synchronicities, exactly. So, I mean, it depends what you're trying to do. I literally just want to get back to Keith. So timeline jumping is removing yourself energetically and switching the picture, the paint by numbers, by moving one of the numbers and putting a different color of paint there and seeing how you would live that line or that picture out. So it's a road that you're going down 40 pounds lighter. That's easy. Start walking half an hour a day, twice a day, morning, night, and cut back on 300 calories. You'll lose. Stop drinking. Yes, Jen, I want to get divorced too, but the motherfucker won't sign the papers unless I give him all the property. Yeah. So anyway, that bitch won't sign the papers. So yeah, he's cock blocking me, right? Anyhow, yeah, he doesn't want to be married to me. He just wants the assets. So if I give him all the assets, I can have a divorce. But if I give him all the assets, I feel like I'm not setting a boundary. And I'm, 33 years into before I moved out. Like, what? I deserve nothing after 33 years? It's all yours? Everything is yours? Everything is yours. No, it's not 50-50. I signed off the house because he tricked me out of that one. But, I mean, he could have it, but it would just piss me off, okay? And then he would have another fucking edge on me. It would piss me the fuck off. So, yeah, I'm trying to stand my ground. No, he doesn't care what I am. He's moved them all in the house down there, so I'll end up having to fight my son if he drops dead before this divorce, which he's not going to, but that's his intention, I believe. Whatever, it happens all the time. I hear it all fucking day long. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, he took the house. He signed me off the house to refinance the house with his credit, never put me back on. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Anyway, so it's that. He's attached to the material possessions. I tend to want to set boundaries. I don't know why that just came out of my mouth. It seems like I just switched timeline again. Yeah, he sounds like a typical alcoholic, doesn't he? Yep. Yep. He doesn't care. He's like, I'll take you to court. Of course, his family's funding him. I don't have that kind of money. He's got millionaires in the family. And it's really weird to me when somebody else fucking funds someone's divorce. Like, what's fucking wrong with you? like you've got so much money just because you're blood, you got to fund him. Like, I've been at your family. What's wrong with you? Doesn't matter. He is very stuck in the 3D. Very stuck. Very, very stuck. It's okay. I don't want to move out of California. I like it here. I like it here. It takes two to sell a house. Yeah, it was fraud. I actually should go file a police report because it actually was fraud. He kept trying to avoid lawsuits and shit. And now his lawyer's like, she's not even on the house. Oh, okay. Like I just was there and redid the house before I left. Yeah, well, yeah, I did leave, but I can't be abused. I'm sorry I left. I'm sorry. Yes, he wants to hurt me, but he's not going to hurt me. He's not going to. You don't get to hurt. Like, what are you, a spiteful bitch? No. Anyway, see the timeline I jumped onto. I'm sure timeline jumping is dangerous. I'm sure if you end up in some place like I ended up, with a bunch of people attacking. Yeah, when we hit each other, let's go that way. Of course, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what has happened in a marriage. You actually have to file documents all the way along. No, marriage is not fair here. They're telling me I don't own the house. No, they're telling me I'm not entitled to it because he got me off the deed. That's what he did. Yes, it's his deed. He got me off the deed and then tax liened the property I have, which is his business. So yeah, so it's interesting. No, I'm trying not to let him screw me over, but I don't know. I actually feel like you should never go into a house with somebody. You should. My name was on the house for years, and he asked me to take it off to do the Obama modification. That was what he said. And then we signed quick claim deeds to put it back, and they disappeared out of my files. So he took the quick claim deeds that were notarized that I could actually go and fucking file, right? It is fraud. No, I signed my name. I signed my name. It's not fraud like that. I signed my name because he told me I had to. I didn't have a lawyer. He said, go get a lawyer. I didn't have the money to get a lawyer, and we didn't share a joint bank account. So it's as simple as that. He had an ulterior motive. And then he kept trying to divorce me after that and telling me to get the fuck out of the house. So I signed it because he said that's why we signed the quick claim deed. Very sneaky. That's why marriage. Oh, it's totally fine. I wish I never got married. Are you kidding me? I've been hanging out with John ever since. I've been paying the bills. I've been paying his car insurance, paying his phone bill. No, I think his cousin's paying, either Michelle or his cousin, I think, is paying, but he's getting money from somewhere. The notary may still have that on. Oh, thank you for that. Yes, we did do the fucking quick claim deeds. Thank you. Fucking thank you for that. This is the first thing. Fucking terrible, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, he got me. I got fucked. Anyway, I stopped paying today. I canceled the car insurance today. I've been doing that. It might be enabling. I just want my kids to love me. But Keith is dead, and Jason is with his father in the house that I guess he thinks he'll own after his dad dies, and I get nothing. So there's that. But I don't know. Yeah, it is. But that's interesting. I'm not going to do voodoo dolls. When you get married to someone, you marry the state. Yeah, see, you shouldn't do that. I don't think, no, he literally, I feel like that's a trick. I do. He's going to say I fully knew everything. I asked him for a lawyer back then. He signed divorce. Tell John he signed the divorce papers when he hasn't signed them. He hasn't signed them. He's not signing them till he bankrupts me in court, he said. I don't even care. But he says he's not signing them. So what I think I might do, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. Bobby and I talked about this. Yeah, it's interesting. Ladies, be very careful. I don't know that it's sad. I should have learned to stick up for myself. But again, I got disinherited because my mother wrote me out of the will and said I didn't exist in the papers. She only had one child, even though I'm the oldest child. So she took all the money when my father died and said there were no other children but my brother, and they all stuck to that in the family. So I got cut out of that one too. So that was interesting. Yeah. So, well, because I don't have it. That's a good question, Wayne. Why do I deal with him? Oh, I got you. Thank you for that. Why? I can sue him for the divorce. Do you know how much that costs? Yeah, he stole the house. I don't know what else to do. What can you say? I'm not paying it. I canceled it today. The thing is, I want my children, my Keith and my Jason, to actually love me and see good intention, but they don't give a shit. They don't care. So, I mean, Keith is dead. That's not the point. I'm not saying Keith doesn't care. Keith is dead. But they don't actually care because they just care what they can get financially. So, it's just very strange. I did just cut it off today. I had enough. After last night being attacked by a bunch of weird people, I'm like, you know what? I'm not paying for his behavior anymore. I'm not doing that. So I'll wait. So yeah, no, Jason wants to be with his dad. So that's it. I don't know. You know, the part of me deserved that. Here's the thing, ladies. You can never, ladies and men who married into relationships with addicts and alcoholics, you can never, okay, argue back with a person who's like that. You need to leave or your children are going to hate you. That's the mistake I made. I stayed in a marriage where I fought for someone to hear me who was invested in not hearing me. And that was a weirdo witch cult. That's not a good thing to do. So don't ever do that. What you need to do in actually is if somebody is invested, okay, no, they don't want me to be taken care of. They want to drain my income. They don't. I don't know. I can't speak for them. I'm just assuming from the behavior. Okay. I don't know about Jason. He doesn't really answer me with that. So I don't know. But no, I never needed a man. I always took care of everything, even though they tell you I don't take care of anything. But it's very interesting because it's so interesting. It's interesting. I don't need a GoFundMe. I did for Keith's funeral, but it's women, when you are in a relationship, or men, because it's happened to men too. Technically, I fought John every day. So if you're in a marriage where you, let's see, yeah, no, I know it's not invisible, but if you're in a marriage where you're fighting somebody who's an addict or an alcoholic or a cocaine addict, as is the case in my marriage, a cocaine addict and alcoholic, and you don't really recognize it because for whatever, you're stupid, codependent, whatever it is, which clearly that's a codependent thing, which is an Al-Anon thing from growing up with an alcoholic and a psycho. So the children, even if they're the golden children, grow up with definite corruptive behavior in there. Problem is, he doesn't care that he lost me. That's nice, Andrea. He doesn't give a shit that he lost me. He'd be so fucking happy. That man did not even want, he called me a leech the entire time. He did not want, he did not want to be married. I stayed because I didn't want to fight him over my kids because of this. Okay, he would have won. You're psychic and, all of that kind of thing. When you're young and you're a psychic and you have kids, they kind of bully you. You're a fucking psychic. You're a prostitute. You're a stripper. No one's going to believe you in court. That's what they say when you've been in the sex industry too. So remember, when you come out of the sex industry, you do not pick good. No, you're a leech. I just remember that. You're a two-bit whore. I never called you that. Yes, the fuck you did. But anyway, Jason is 30. Yeah, I should start the psychic. But you know what? One of my dearest psychic friends walked out of her marriage with the clothes on her fucking back. And who do her kids blame? They blame her. What kind of yes, exactly. Brainwashed me too. I was distraught in my marriage. But listen to this. One of my psychic friends literally has kids. When the kids were, I don't know, it has to be past life, don't you think? I don't know. I don't know how old the kids were when she left the husband. The husband took up literally with another woman, had another child behind her back. The wife finally left. The husband said, "You're not taking any money. You're not taking any clothes," kicked her out of the house, kept the fucking kids, and the kids blame her. The kids treat her like shit. Give me a break. Give me a fucking break. She's beside herself. She's the nicest person to her kids. That's a true story. And I remember when she left because I was her friend at that time. So yeah, see, they blame you. Fucking crazy. It's like, that's just, wow. She left a marriage after 27 or 8 years, okay, with a child. No money. She was homeless for several years. She could function in a family, but could not function, okay, could not function outside. She was couch surfing back then and working every day and living in her car and trying to do everything for Christ's sakes. And that person felt it was okay. And the kids don't want to fucking hear that. What is that? That's not okay. Yeah, she's fine now. She's wonderful. She's beautiful. No, it was so traumatic. And I remember saying to her, literally, it has to be 20 something years ago. I remember saying to her, she would come to me for a reading and she'd say, "Please tell me." And I would say to her, "I'm going to be sitting at your house with my feet on your coffee table." And I'm sitting at her house with my feet on her coffee table. I just didn't realize how damaging that was going to be. Yes, thrown out of your own house. My little boy inside had to leave and sleep in my car. You see, anyone who fucking does that, unless you pull a gun on the person or you're like psycho setting fires and stuff, that should be completely not allowed. Like that should be, let's see, my dad is stubborn, man, but I love him. Drives me crazy. That's okay, Amanda. He's your dad. You can love him. That should not be allowed. No man should ever be allowed to take a woman, mother of his children, and throw them out. But sometimes they're so fucking abusive that they do that and they fucking throw them right out of the house. Exactly. And it's terrible. And then they guilt the mother for it. I'm not saying it's not oh, Jennifer, thank you. I'm still here, Jennifer. Thank you. You're too kind. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Yeah, the kids bully you. The way they get blamed. It's fucking absurd. Jennifer, you're so generous. Thank you so much. Kicked out of my stay-at-home mom. Had to curb no money. Oh my God. Wait, come back here, honey. Come back here. Wait, kicked my stay-at-home mother to the curb with no money. I was 12 and never saw her again. Then she died. Oh, honey, Tina, your dad? That is disgusting. I'm so sorry. Your mother's probably with you all the time, and I'm so sorry for that. Anybody that does that, but see, your mother was probably raised in a home where she was physically beaten, maybe traumatized in other ways. And as a result of that, she's one of those people. He probably was domestically violent with her too. Probably one of those people that thought she deserved it. So when somebody hit her or screamed at her like that, oh my God, I'm so sorry for that, Tina. Oh, see, that's good. Anybody that wants to rehabilitate with the wife, with the mother, that's always a good thing, or the husband and the father. I try to keep everything. Do you know how much I wanted to, like, I'll tell you, on Keith's last birthday, I'm going to tell you, on Keith's last birthday, December 18th, I went to get him a new iPhone. And he wanted the green, the camo green one. It was iPhone 10 iPhone. So I went to get him the iPhone because I'm going to pay for it, but I'm going to put mine and John's name on it as a gift to my children. That's how it went down, okay? So when they say you don't contribute, I contribute that way when you contribute that way, okay? So anyway, it was quite interesting. So I remember calling and saying, I'm going to pick out a birthday card for Keith. I said, do you want to come with me and pick it out? Like, I obviously got the phone. I had to get the phone, right? You want to come with me and get the card? And he's like, no, you pick it out. That's how it went. So when you say I did nothing, I did do something. So it's interesting, but they're acrylics. I don't do gel anymore because they got to keep dumping them off. Yeah, I'll probably be dead before any of these people talk to me again. But yeah, the brainwashing, and you know, it's interesting. Somebody leaving their children because Tina, your mother was probably told she was such a piece of shit and a bad mother. I know I was told I was a piece of shit and a bad mother. In fact, I was told, why did I marry such a piece of shit bad mother again? And the first wife was called a piece of shit. And then my son started telling me I did stuff that the first wife did. And I'm like, I never did that. That's the first wife. I never left your ass at school. I never fucking did that. Why are you saying that shit to me? And he would say how I hit him when he was 3 and I took cookies from him. There's only one person on God's green earth that would be saying that. And that would be you know who. So it's mental manipulation in order to gain power over somebody. But it's interesting when you sit there. Yeah, after my son died, my son, like, yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's see. My son, wait, after my son, wait. Yeah, but after he died, my son looked after me. We are not bad. We are not bad. No, you're not bad. Nobody's that bad. Even like a meth head's not that bad. A drug addict's not that bad. Whatever it is, it's definitely parent alienation when you do it. Yeah, they actually asked John why he stayed married to me. That's what went on in my house. It was like, why do you stay with her? Why do you stay with her? You know, it was all about that kind of thing. You know, you don't deserve anything. So it was 3 boys against a girl. That's how I felt. Was it really like that? I don't know. I have no idea. I just know that I would call Deanna from eating dinner in my car for 5 years. I sat in my car and ate dinner. So I would talk to Deanna or Brian during dinner in my car in the driveway as my kids walked by me. I chose to sit in the car and eat for the most part because it was like annoying to go inside. So ladies, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Yeah, I eat in my car a lot. They call it died for a reason. They call what died? Died, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I chose to eat in the car. But here's the thing. What happened? What happened, Arlene? What happened? See, you ate in your car too. You ate in your car too. I couldn't listen to it. I couldn't listen to it. I could not listen to it. It was horrific. No, they thought I was a piece of shit. Dumb bitch, I think was what they called it. I'm spewing out because last night, I'll tell you, when they come on your channel and they talk like that just because they think you don't have a right to do something, they're trying to say, Ken is not even talking to me now. Ken is not talking to me. They're all in my house and no one's talking to me. So it's half my house and they're all living there. The dogs, the chihuahua, you know, they're all over there, but no one's talking to me. They're not talking to me. So there's a complete blackout like that. But it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting when they attack you like that, when they it's misogyny. I know what it is. I know what it is. When they talk to you like that, though, because you have the ability to speak about what you want and you're going to do that. Do I look like I'm on something? No, I can't help it if I mean, I don't know what that means. You look like you're on something. Yeah, Ken is not talking to me either. Ken's brother called me though, but Ken is not talking to me. She's not talking to me. She's not talking to me. So none of them are talking to me right now. Pagey's talking to me. Pagey always talks to me. And it's exactly that. Well, because they want the house. They're all in the house. Jason and Kenna think they're going to get the house, and I'm not going to get the house. That's what's happening. You understand? My boys were told that I didn't. I'm sorry, I'm spewing again. It doesn't matter. But anyway, my kids were told and told me, I don't get the house. It's for them. Do you see, after 33 years, my children were told, Keith before he died, and me, okay, we're told that they're getting the house. Both, well, not Keith, but Jason told me I had a will and I was leaving this to this one and that. I'm like, how the fuck do you know what I have? How do you know what I have? Who has told you that? That's right. Generational control, exactly. But that's fine. That's cool. It doesn't matter. But what I'm saying to you is, ladies, women, be very careful if you are fighting for somebody to see your proof, okay? Like if they ask you to prove who you are, if they're doing it again. See, if you're in a relationship where you actually have to continue to explain yourself and continue to prove it, okay, and continue to do all of that and prove who you are and prove you're a good person and prove all of that, I don't have any rights to the house according to his lawyer because I signed off the deed. So I'm going to put that out there public. That's what the lawyer said today. I have no rights to the house because John, I gave it to him. I didn't fucking give it to him. Okay? He told me to do it. I lived in the house. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. I did it. I'm 20 years younger. It's absurd. It's fucking ridiculous, okay? I don't have rights according to the law in California. I literally don't have rights. That's what the lawyer said. His lawyer said the house isn't hers. Now, if that's true or not, I don't know. I don't care. It'll burn to the ground. I don't care. I'm not burning it to the ground. I'm just saying, when you use that kind of energy, it'll get lost. It'll get gambled. It'll get lost. It'll be lost. Whatever. Yeah. Then I'm not paying his bills anymore. I canceled that today. I just have to go cancel the phone. Still paying a grown man's phone bill. Yeah, I did tell my kid it's none of your business. I said, fuck off. It's none of your business. But he's living in the house. So they want to live in the house. They get the, you know how, whatever. It is kind of insane. But the problem is, the truth is, and here is the truth. No, you don't get half. That's a lie. That's a lie. If your name is not on the deed, you don't get half. I can show you the letters. My lawyer has to argue. I forget what it's called. She has to argue the law, the whatever it is. I know. I'd be okay with Lila getting the house, but don't you think the wife after 33 years deserves something? Don't you think? I mean, what? But yeah, there's a thing. There's a thing. What is it called? I'll tell you what it's called. Yeah, she has to do, John's lawyer is now saying that the family residence is John's sole property while he taxed out his work building. My name is on a work building. I'm just going to go in for stupid stripper moves. Yeah, well, obviously, Mike, don't be a stupid. Mike, you got to go. You got to go. Obviously, make better choices. Say that to someone who dies in a drunk driving accident. Duh, make better choices. You think? Hello? Do you think? See, that's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, when I was pregnant with Keith, who will be 27 no, John says I didn't. But anyway, when I was pregnant with Keith, we went to Vegas and we went to buy a work building for John's work, right? So we bought the building and he put the building into my name. The building is in my name, but he let the taxes, he didn't pay it. I have never had a key to the building. I've never been able to go in to the building. I've never had rights to the building. He was growing weed in the building, okay? He was growing weed. He had the kids growing fucking drugs in the building, and no one told me, even though it's in my name and the taxes. So he has told his lawyer that he gets 90% of the building and I get 10%, and I have to pay the taxes and pay his rent, and he keeps the house. Do you hear me? Yeah, they were growing weed all in there. Yeah, and he works for the government. Right? I'm serious. And his lawyer is agreeing with that. And they think it's okay. But you know what? I have no say-so in it. I literally have no say-so because I fucking signed the paperwork off the deed. I'm fucked. Don't do that. Let the husband punch you in the face. Let him threaten you. Let him get drunk and call you a whore. And don't do what he wants you to do. Now, the interesting thing, is, I told his daughter's husband's boyfriend way back before they got married. Bobby and I are doing a book together, and we have the same attorney. And we are going to make millions, me and Bobby, because we've experienced this type of thing. But here's the ironic thing. So years before John's daughter got married, the boyfriend of her husband called me and said, she's trying to take my man. This was a conversation. This was a true conversation. And I'll stand up and said it to me. And I said, don't sign off the house. How come I knew for him not to sign off the house? He was in love with his daughter's husband. This was his, whatever. The husband had a boyfriend before he married the girl to have the kids. Okay, so anyway, whatever, bisexual or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, I told the boyfriend, please don't sign off the house. Okay? I said that. Don't sign off the house. And the boyfriend said, but I don't want to lose him. I said, you're going to lose him. I promise you, you're going to lose him. He signed off the house. John's daughter moved in with that guy's boyfriend and took over the house. You see, it runs in the family. Do you see? No, it isn't. I'm listening to my lawyer. I'm literally listening to my lawyer and listening to his lawyer, what they wrote. You have to transmute. There's a transmutation of the deed. There's a transmutation of the deed. When you sign off, they can argue that you gave it to him as property. But when he made me sign on to the building and he signed off, he said it was an interspousal transfer, so I couldn't sell the building. And then he took me the fuck right off the house. That's true. So, okay, but his daughter did the same thing to her husband's boyfriend. The husband, so my son-in-law got the boyfriend to sign off the house. And I told the boyfriend not to. It's the same fucking thing. See how stupid we are? Because we're codependent. That's the problem. We're codependent. Do you see? We're codependent. Exactly. Codependent. And then she married the gay guy. Or whatever, the guy that had the boyfriend. So that's it. So you see, it does run in the family. Yes, exactly. No, it isn't, Linda. I'm telling you, the divorces, do you know how many lawyers I've talked to and how much money I've spent on lawyers? Talking to them. When you sign off the deed, it's not your house. No matter what they say. It's just not your house. Right? I know. I'm not paying anything. I just canceled. Yeah, John's a bully and whatever. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I am an enabler. But hold on here. Sloan is right. She's an enabler. She has to learn to let people swing. I don't know what you're talking about, but you're going off too. If you bug me, you're going off my channel. You have to understand though, if you're a lady, never sign anything without talking to a lawyer. Yes, well, now I know that, but I didn't have the money to get a lawyer at the time. So what could I do? I don't know what people do. Here's the thing. I tried to get divorced early on in the marriage. I tried to get divorced early on in the marriage when I was pregnant with Keith. I got pregnant with Keith, right? I tried to get divorced. So what happened is when I got divorced, I mean, I filed for divorce. John said, go and get a divorce lawyer on contingency because we didn't share a bank account. And you know, as well as I know, because I am doing a divorce right now, no one's taking you on contingency unless you're hugely, okay, hugely. Wait, what is going on here? Repeating parts over and over. What's repeating? Unless you're hugely, okay, hugely wealthy. You have to put down $5,000, $7,000, or $10,000. So if you aren't doing that, no, I don't want to fight Jason in a divorce because I'll be in probate court and I want his name signed off. So I am doing that. Yes, exactly. You did the same thing, Ann. I just did it. I didn't want him to like go off. He started screaming at me. So no. Yeah, no, John got me because I was a stripper. He was a trick and I was a stripper. So I called him a trick last week. I said, you're a fucking trick. I said, stop acting like a fucking trick. You're a trick. That's how you're treating me, like a fucking trick that gets their dick sucked in a corner. That's what I think of him now. Anyway, that's what I think. Okay, I'm going to stop that. Is my chat slow? I can't see. I don't know. Anyway, that's exactly. Okay, let's see. I am so commonly done. I signed. Yeah, exactly. You've done that too. Yeah, cheaper to keep him. No, I don't care if I do. I'm not going to get it in a divorce. You don't understand. If he dies, and he still wants alimony. If he dies, he's already willed the property. So I literally, did you remove the video? No, I didn't. Why? If somebody, yes, he is, but he's a trick. He's got a trick mentality. He's going to get fucked up the ass in the end. That's what's going to happen. But with God, it's going to go with God, right? But anyway, you have no right to the house. Yes, he wants me to, that's correct. And he wants most of the building. That's exactly right. That's what he wants. So it's interesting. It's very interesting. But I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know that I have the money to go to court. You know, can you sell the grow building? I can. Actually can change the locks on it, but he fucked me out of that by leaving his stuff there. He has a pimp mentality. He has yes. And he got child support on Jimmy and he wanted child support on Jason. He thought Jason was going to overdose and crash his motorcycle. And he said, I'm going to go get life insurance on you. And he had Keith sign his work beneficiary over to him. And he took the money out of Keith's room and hid it from me and said I didn't deserve it after Keith died because I left the house. Yeah. Exactly. You hear me? You hear me? Yeah. And he opened up a credit card in Keith's name. You hear me? You hear me? You get it? Yep. That's called abuse. So, well, yeah, it's his taxes, but he says the building's in my name, so he let the taxes go just enough to not foreclose. But the taxes are in my name. So even if I sell that building, I'm going to be fucked with taxes. And another thing, here's another dumb thing I did. I switched his business into my name because he needed to get a loan and I had the better credit, so I did it. Then he ran all the business money through my name and made himself look like he wasn't making money, but I had no keys to his business. And then he combined the taxes together, took all the deductions for the kids and never told me about that. I had no idea until I've reported everything. And never told me about it until my accountant let it slip in 2018. And it shows that he earned no income. So now I'm financially responsible for him because I switched it. That's what he did. Now I'm financially responsible. Maybe not. I don't know. I did. That's what he did. Yeah, he left the taxes against there. And I've already paid off 10 grand in taxes against his bar because of that. So I'm stupid. I cleaned the house, I mopped the floor, I did the laundry, I worked, I bought my own groceries, I took care of his mother, I looked after his drug addict son, I cooked for his mother for 12 years. She also babysat my kids. I did every birthday party. I planned everything. I bought his clothes. I bought the kids' clothes. I bought his daughter's gifts. I bought his son's gift. He drove in my car. He drove in my fucking car and then screamed at me that I wouldn't buy him a car and that Keith thought I was a piece of shit. I offered to pay for half of a car for him. He chose not to get a new car. So he took my car, drove in my car, used my gas, ran up my miles, etc. Yes. And told me that's exactly right. No, it's my fault. You don't understand. It's my fault for staying. It's my crash it. No, now I'm in my car. He crashed. He hit the front end. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I don't know. I don't think that's my address. I don't know what it might be an old address, but I didn't recognize the address. So yeah, he was 20 years older than me, but you look like the prostitute gold digger. Remember that. Young ladies, don't marry a younger man. Don't marry. Where is karma? Apparently there is no karma. I'm getting the karma, so I must have been a shithead. I tried to treat him nicely after Keith died in the eyes of Keith and Jason. And I've never been treated so shitty after my son died. I've never had shit said like that to me. I almost blew my brains out after Keith died. I almost fucking blew my brains out. I literally did not have any one person sitting in this house after that fucker tried to punch me in the face, hit me in the ground, told me my son hated my guts, told me my fucking son hated my guts, thought I was a piece of shit, thought I was evil, then turned around and said to me, oh, that's what you told me, he said. No, it isn't. Yes, that's all I heard after Keith died. He doesn't say it now because I told him he was going to eat those words. However, no, the karma with him is over. Yes. No, don't be sorry. I chose to stay. You see, like last night, I chose to let those people on the channel, they're not coming on my channel. You're not coming on my channel again. So you can try to do whatever you want, but you're not going to do that. You're not talking to me that way anymore. So it's interesting. And if anybody wants to, I'm talking to the attorney tomorrow. If anybody else wants to do this, if he wants to turn around and say this is not what happened, this is what happened. Okay, this is what happened. I got the email. I got what his lawyer said. Is John you know what? If I let you hear the last conversation, John has lied literally about, he took the anger, I don't even think he likes women, so I don't know if he's gay, because his daughter married a man who liked men, so I don't know where that came from. But John certainly wasn't interested in anything about me sexually, never went to bed with me the same time at any point in time. Yes, Keith did. All of that. But listen, when you say, was he Jewish? He told me he was all of these things. And Jason ran his DNA. And Jason's like, there's this and this. I'm like, that's not on my DNA. So it has to be John's. And then you know what John says to me? I say, hey, John, why don't you run your DNA? You know what he says? Here's what he says. He goes, I'm not going to run my DNA. There might be some kid out there. Listen to this, you guys. Listen, hear me very clearly. This is in the last year and a half. I'm not going to run my DNA. I'm not going to run it. He says this to my face like I'm a stupid fucking idiot because, that's how they talk to me. Anyway, he says, I'm not going to run my DNA because there might be a kid out there and they might be mine, from 20 years ago or something. At that point, I've been with you 34 years. 34. So they always tell on themselves. I would find condoms in his drawer. He go, those are Jason's. I'm like, why are they locked in your work thing? Oh, he ruined it with Keith. If I told you what Keith said to me the week before he died, it's fine. I didn't respond to it, but I could have responded to Keith and said the most heinous thing to him from what he said. And of course he cheated. He cheated the entire, yes, of course. He cheated the entire marriage. I just can't prove it. So I just can't prove it. But anyway, yes. Well, he hit the front end of it and then lied about hitting the front end. So that's costing me $2,000. Yes, John had cancer surgery. That's correct. John had 2 cancer surgeries. I drove him to the cancer doctor. I took care of him. And by the way, here's a comment. I'm going to put this all out there, sort of like Tracy Twyman's life. Is it? I don't know anything about her life. Was her husband abusive to her? You're saying that. I have no idea. But I'm sure it was like that because all women that at all are connected on the psychic realm are going to have all kinds of things happen to them like this. So listen, use her last name. I don't know what you're talking about. What's Bobby talking about? So John got cancer. He had cancer on his forehead and he had cancer on his leg, right? So he had cancer, you know, I did pay my dues. I did pay my dues. I literally paid my dues and was shit upon like a crazy person and had to fight to be relevant the entire marriage. This man drank every day in a bar. This man did drugs, he says, until he was 60, according to him, 15 years ago. So he was still doing cocaine 15 years ago and smoking. So whatever, that's according to him. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if he was being sarcastic. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. But anyway, seriously. So I took him to get the cancer surgery on his, whatever, on the doctor. So we went to look at the doctor for his I hate marriage with a fucking passion. I hated it. The man, I fucking hated it, okay? I couldn't wait to get the fuck away from him. I bided my time. I wanted my kids to love me. The truth be told, they didn't like me very much. I was screaming all the time. That's why you can't do it. If you're a punching bag, your kids are going to hate women anyway. And if you're a screamer, they're going to hate you anyway. If you defend yourself, you're going to be the one they hate. And your dad's going to look, the dad's going to look like the victim. And you're going to be screaming like a banshee because you're insanely angry about it all the time. I don't know that we were in love. I don't really know that. No, he doesn't want, I wanted the divorce. I got away. But anyway, strippers don't have good luck with men. They come from abuse in childhood. Understand that. There takes a lot of healing. So marrying when you're a stripper is not a good thing. Yeah, the more you fight back, the more, yes, that's exactly, I can't even explain it. I cannot even explain it. I can't explain it. Somehow 30 years went by and my son died and yes, I was paying for John's porn addiction, but it's also, I don't know if he had a porn addiction. I don't know what kind of addiction. I know he's an alcoholic. So yes, I paid for the DUIs. Anyway, we went to get the cancer surgery. So we talked to this nice doctor who was doing the surgery here. And I literally, we were wearing the masks, right? So we were wearing, it was during the COVID. So we were wearing the masks and it was winter. It was like January or whatever. So I was wearing a, I've been clean the whole time. I was clean as, I don't want to treat people bad. I don't want to treat them bad. The fact that they put me in a position to have to do this is a problem. It's a fucking problem. It's a problem. Yes, I was a slave, a piece of shit, a two-bit whore. That's what he called me pretty much every other day for a good 15 years. Anyhow, and I called him all kinds of names too. Let's be fair, I fought back. But here's the thing. So I took him to get his cancer surgery to do the whatever, where they measure and they do all that. So he said, I'll take you to dinner after the surgery. I can't just get a restraining order because he's a mouthpiece who's, you know, says shitty ass stuff. You can't arbitrarily go putting restraining order. No, he wasn't a trick. He was a client in the strip club. He was someone who was in the strip club. I married a guy from the strip club. I mean, that's the truth. So I don't know what to say. I thought he was a good catch. I thought his kids were growing. He probably wouldn't molest my children. That's what these were the qualifications. Do you work? Not even do you have a house? Do you work? Are you a child molester? And I'm not sure what he is or isn't because his daughter's pretty weird, but I'm not fucking sure. Anyway, no, I just didn't want him to rape my children. I just wanted to be with a man who seemed to have grown children who didn't accuse him of rape. So that was all I wanted in life. I did not want my children to be raped. I'm not kidding you. That's like was my thing. I'm just like, okay. And he was older. So basic. But I mean, seriously, I didn't even care if he had a house. I didn't know he had a house. So I can't remember if he tipped me well or not. So I don't remember. I traveled, I worked in Florida, I did all kinds of things. But anyway, I have no idea. But anyway, we went to the cancer doctor. So he goes, I'll take you for dinner. This is a true story. This is this February or January, whenever I said it was. And no, I wanted anything that wouldn't beat me. And I was 6 weeks legally divorced from my first husband, who was worse, physically violent, worse. And somehow I let him take care of me. And yes, I have Saturn in the 8th house. And I let him take care of me. He's like my mom. John, my mom was a sexual abuser and an alcoholic, and so was my dad, but so was my mom. And he's like my mom, the way he speaks, not like my dad. My dad did not speak to me like this. My mom did. He is like my mother. So somehow I ended up, he is exactly, I did tape him. I did tape him. The person who asked me if he was Jewish, he screamed the day I left and filed. I begged him not to keep screaming. All he screamed at me was that I was Jewish. That's all he did, was scream at me that I was Jewish. He stole my drugs after surgery. I caught him on the camera. He actually took my medication. Anyway, he screamed. He screamed about Jason being a Jewish person, me being a Jewish person. And I taped it. And I would send the tapes to a group of friends. And I did that for a good 5 years, okay? For 5 years. I didn't have the balls to leave. I was very, very stuck. I wanted to get the fucking hell away from him. The hell away from him. I wanted to get the hell away from him. Okay, so it's just really funny. Wherever that clock, wait, someone needs a hug from mommy. Wait, no, we're just going to forget about her. She's one of the ones from last night. IRA, what's IRA? Equals IRA. But just block. Yeah, I'm going to block them when I see them, but I'm not even paying attention to them. But anyhow, we went to the cancer fucking doctor, and he says, I'm going to see, I'm on a rant again. I'm going to have to delete this. I'm going to have to delete this. Here. Is this the one, clock face right here? Okay, gone. Anyway, yeah, men cheat. That's what I think. And I'm never getting married again. And my friend that said, I'm in love with you, and my mother died, screamed at me because I said, I'm never getting married again. I'm never living with a man again. Get the fucking hell away from me. You are not my friend if you even mention things like that. You a bitch if you want to get married. You a crazy person if you think I'm going to live with you. You are crazy. It's probably John is some kind of pill addict. I don't understand. He slept on the couch for a long time. However, again, we got back from the cancer doctor. I'm going to finish the story. We went for dinner. We sat down in the restaurant where I go and where he goes and where Deanna goes and where we all go. And he says to me as I ordered my dinner, this is after taking him to the cancer doctor. He says, and I quote, no, I've done therapy. I've got therapy. It's not going to stop. This is how I talk. I've had therapy. I've had therapy since I've left. I've had therapy for fucking years. It doesn't heal you if they he might be on fentanyl. He could be on Percocets. He could be on Oxycontin. I don't know what he's on. I have selenite. Okay, he said to me, this is the shit he still says, okay? I don't want to be a lesbian, but thank you so much. Here's what he says. He says, and I quote, I wonder if the doctor thought you had plastic surgery. This is a man I've been married to for 5 years at that time, says, I wonder if the doctor thought you had plastic surgery. This is after I took him to the cancer doctor. So I said to him, are you stupid? I said, the doctor can't see my face. Are you talking about my breasts? He can see my breasts. I'm sure there are a lot. Yes, he said that. And then his friend came over to say hi to me. His friend came up, not me, him. And John says, they probably think I paid for you. 35 years later. And then he says, Oh, that's not an insult. That's an insult on me. I'm like, no, it's not. You're calling me a prostitute. So that's how we fight. He says that and I slap back. Yeah. Right? Right. Oh my God. Can you even imagine? Hello, I've had the boob job. You know I have a boob job. Why does the doctor care if I have a boob job? And I've got a mask. Like, are you saying my face looks fake? Like, you know what I do to my body. He knows what I do to my body. You know what I'm saying? John doesn't have a boob job. Yes, he's abusive. See where my Saturn, no live Saturn in, hold on. Yeah, that's what he said. That's supposed to be a compliment, calling me a prostitute. That's how they talked to me in that family the whole time. I decided to check where my Saturn, no lie. I have Saturn in Aries, wait for it, in the 8th. Arlene, there you go. You live the same kind of life, sex industry, sexual abuse, whatever. He's a dink. No, I'm letting you ladies know this. I worked on camera. I look like I did. I worked every day. Yes, there you go, y'all. I did all of those things. I went to the gym. I smiled and laughed, and I still, I don't think he's jealous I'm aging. I think he just hates me. He has my son saying I'm sober and mocking me, and then him agreeing with it. So they don't like anything about me. It's so interesting that I don't know what they think about it, but it's weird. It's very weird. I should have divorced years ago. I was a coward. I asked my mom for money and she wouldn't give me any money to help. I needed like $5,000. It was terrible, but I should have left. I don't know that I have a soul contract. I don't know what happened except that I'm very weak, very, very weak, and was very, very afraid of divorcing when I had young kids because of my background. Because I don't know why Kenna. She says she's not avoiding me, but she won't talk to me. She'll only text me, and only if I bug her 65 times, so I'm not doing that anymore. Anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's not about looks. It's more when you're weak, and if you want to treat people nicely because it's in you, and you have, like, I didn't want Keith to see me. I thought Keith was watching after he died. And I was like, I want to show my son that I'm a good person, because I don't think Keith thought I was a good person. And I have no idea what John is. I'm not a shrink. I'm assuming from his behavior, he's a fucking asshole, but he thinks it's okay. He thinks it's okay. He thinks it's okay. His family thinks it's okay to sue me like that too. They all think that that's okay. Yet his daughter in a divorce thinks that she should get half of everything from her husband, who pays all her bills and she doesn't work. She expects that. John supports that, but thinks I deserve nothing. She's been married less than 10 years. I've been married 35 now. So it's interesting. Yes, Jason's been pulled in. Keith was pulled in. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I don't know. I have labradorite. Yes, I do. I have it right in front of me over there. So I wanted Keith. Did your boy defend you? No, no one ever defended me from John. They went on John's side. They thought I was insane. I realize now that when you respond, if you, like last night, the trolls, I sound insane. Do you know what I'm saying? I sound crazy when I cuss the trolls out. I sound, in the name of Jesus, amen. So when they, narcs never think we are good people. Yeah, no, it was really awful. I did all of those parties for Keith. I got the bench. I did all of those things. And all John could say after I got the bench was, good job getting the bench. I should get one for Jimmy. Well, you didn't get one for Jimmy. I mean, stop. Like, what are we going to move Jimmy with Keith? No. Anyway, no, I think John's always been like this. No, I don't see Lila right now. I mean, I saw her when I went down to, that's why I didn't want to stop going to the house. If I hadn't have gone to the house, I wouldn't have seen Keith before he died. So unless I went to the house, I wasn't going to lay eyes on my children. They were not coming to me. So if they weren't going to come to me, I really was not okay with not seeing them. And I'm really glad I spent time with Keith. Keith would come up here, But okay, so I moved out of my house in September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. 10 months after I moved out, Keith came 3 times to see me. Okay, 3 times. John came for dinner, Christmas, and all of that. Were you under duress and abused? Yeah, I feel like I was under duress. I was screamed at. Yes, I had a nervous breakdown. I was in the mental hospital for a long time in my marriage. On psych, holds, and couldn't. You women understand that. He does need an exorcism, and it's all about fucking money. But I can't let him fucking win after 35 years. I can't do it. There's something wrong with me that I can't just walk away and let him keep the goods. There's something wrong with me that I can't do that. Technically, it's only fucking money. But I feel so fucking pissed off that this bitch is saying that and his family does that. It's just fucking, I love Lila too. Yes, and it's simple. Yes, that's what they do. That's exactly right. I feel pissed off. Yeah. Let's see. A deep-rooted. Yeah, he says he has the perfect childhood. I think probably he comes from a family where somebody was a molester and he was around the energy of that. I don't think he was molested, but I was at one of the family meetings and one of the cousins accused another family member that was around him a lot. So I don't think it happened to him. I think when you're around someone in the family and maybe you're a kid and you don't understand what that vibe is, you may be crazy after that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. John defended Amber Heard a lot. So yeah, I don't know what to say. Part of me wants to walk away, but all of my friends are like, you need to get, I have a right after 35 years. Maybe no one thinks so. I didn't leave him. I did not enjoy the sex for the last 20 years. I paid for dinners. I went out with him. I did not enjoy a lot of things. I mean, not that whatever. I just didn't trust him and I didn't like him because he would open his mouth and he would talk. So sorry, I said that, Ashley. Whatever. I can't spend time with Lila. No one returns the calls. So yes, I was under duress when I signed the papers. Yes. But I didn't report it to the police. This is what they say. If you don't report it to the police, no one believes you. I said, John's an alcoholic. You know what they said? Do you have proof of it? Well, I fucking lived through it. He's in a bar and they're like, if you didn't report it or you didn't have proof, he's not an alcoholic. And I'm like, okay. Do you see? Oh, he's not getting my money. I spent it all on a boob job. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. He's not getting my money. I've stopped working a lot. So he's not getting anything. I'm not paying. If I'm ordered to pay it, I'm not paying it. It's not happening. I've got a lot of proof. He's in all the bars all the time. I don't know if he used Viagra. I never asked. I don't know anything about him. I never asked. I'm telling you. Let's see, sarcasm and constant. Yes. Oh my God. Yes. They're invested in fault finding. That's all yes, he's an alcoholic. I mean, it's Captain Obvious. Yeah, it was hell. And I really, but here's the thing. No, his tests are fine. Doesn't show alcoholism. So he's a racist too. I don't know if he's a racist, but here's the thing. The problem is if you stay in that kind of environment trying to prove that you're good enough, okay? Trying to prove that you're good enough, your children are being abused because you're fighting back. So that is 50% my fault. He is a bully. Oh, he's always been a bully. He is a bully. Yeah. I deserve something. No one ever, but this is the most fun. The most fun I had is after Keith died, when Lucas and little Michael came up to the house here. Of course, Jason will treat Kenna the way that his father treated me. I'm quite positive of that because, they think that that's okay. What about the history of abuse? I don't know what the history of abuse is. No, he called domestic violence on me when Jason was 4 months old. He pissed me off so bad I went after him and he got an ashtray in the head. So I got the charge of domestic violence. So it looks like I'm crazy. It looked like that's what I wanted to point out to you guys last night. The trolls came on here and it looked like I was crazy because I got so angry when they mentioned Keith. Okay. But wait, who's saying I can't say what I want? Why can't I say what I want? Why can't I say? Yes, and won't leave. Jupiter's realm. I'm telling you, I didn't leave. All I did, Deanna can tell you the years I called her till her ears bled. Her ears were bleeding from me calling. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Last night when those people came on here, okay, the ones that were doing that, who was telling me not to speak what I want? Who is saying that? Yeah, I don't know that I can work to get a house. I don't have the energy after Keith died to work a lot. I barely work. See, Tammy, you left, and I applaud you. I literally applaud you because I did not have the balls, and I was completely weak. Suicidal. Now, listen to this. Literally weighed under 100 pounds, so anorexic, not because I wanted to be, but because I could not swallow food from the panic attacks. He would chase me in the park, pull the car over when I was running because I had to get out and run. And I literally was having such bad anxiety attacks after Jimmy died and I had postpartum. And who is saying I'm not speaking the truth? What is this? Who is saying this? You should have done more to the trolls. Yeah, I had to pay for a lawyer today to call that. I had to get a lawyer. I have to get a cease and desist. And then it's going to be stupid. So, yes, anyway, wait, but I never said for her to not speak her mind. Yeah, I don't know who's saying, who's saying that? But when I was in the middle of my nervous breakdown, and this is when poor Keithy, most of Keith's life, for the first 13 years, I was not well. A lot of mental breakdowns, suicidal, hearing voices, lock myself in the closet. John would go to work, John would go to the bar, John would do whatever, and I would have Tanner, Jason, and Keith, and Keith was little. This is after Jimmy died, and I could barely get out of bed. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't swallow solid food. So Jason can tell you, I literally, what about after Keith's funeral? Oh yeah, no, I'll tell you that later. But anyway, I couldn't eat solid food. I spent 13 years eating yogurt and peanut butter and not swallowing and mashed potatoes, not showering, banging my head against a wall, going to the hospital, going to the shrink, going there, trying to do this. And it was, no, John helped. John did things. But see, here's the sneaky fucking thing. Oh, I supported you. I helped you. I took you to the doctor. You caused me to go to the doctor. When you said shitty things, I had nervous breakdown. I couldn't handle it. I could not handle it. I could not handle it. I was literally suicidal. It took all I could do, and I'm not joking you, not to blow my brains out. I sat in a closet, in a dark closet. Not one person, my friend Kimberly, I should take that back. Kimberly hadn't seen me at the coffee shop, and she literally came and she found me in the closet and had no idea what to do with me. And John said, she's okay. Yes, he's a Scorpio rising. And so, they all laughed. I couldn't eat solid food. I couldn't dress right. I couldn't stand him. I would fight back, but see, it's reactive fighting back. You're not in power when you do that. And my kids saw me calling him all kinds of crazy names, throwing things at his head, flattening his car tires, threatening to kill him. So I look crazy. You see what I'm saying? That's what happened with the trolls last night. They start talking about Keith, and I start to have a nervous breakdown, and they think it's funny. They think it's fucking funny. Every day I got home, John is gone from 11 a.m., even when he said he was working, till 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. in a bar. He comes home drunk. You don't know he's drunk. He sits his fucking back on the couch for a good 18 years, and he stares at a TV in the living room. So your boys have to walk by this man on a couch on his back because he's entitled to do that. He's fucking entitled to do that, right? And so your kids see their dad lying on their back. They're tired. It's not good. And then he says to me, you sleep all the time. Yes, I sleep in my bedroom, not in the middle of the living room. So everybody has to walk by you, for fuck's sakes. Anyway, I was triggered with Keith. but they do make you crazy. But if you have emotional intelligence and you learn, then you have to actually learn. This is way too much personal information. No, he reminds me of my adopted mother. He is exactly like my adopted mother. He is like my adopted mother. My adopted dad is an alcoholic and a violent person and a cruel person, but he has my mother's mouth and her weirdness where they're so concerned with your body. Anyway, yeah, no, I'm not. I should shut up now. I've like ranted too long. This is now turned into my therapy channel. But yes, exactly, right? Who is saying that? Who is saying that? I'm not getting it. This is what's happening in my life. This is what's happening in my life. I will never keep my mouth shut again. I lived in a marriage for 35 years. I just got that paperwork today saying John's lawyer is going to take me to court and I'm not going to get anything because I'm not on that house. That just happened an hour before I went on here. I am not looking for attention. I don't need your fucking attention. I don't need shit from you or anybody. But here's the thing. I am never, ever keeping quiet again. If my son hears this, he's going to know what it is. I am never keeping quiet again. I am not keeping quiet about it. It was the worst thing that ever happened in my life, and my son dying, okay? It's the worst thing. It was the worst thing. I'm never talking about this again. It was the worst thing. But, well, fuck somebody. I was in the middle of it and I went crazy. What did I say? I was talking. Oh, yeah. So after Keithy dies, Keithy's friends come up here. Little Michael, who's a big, strong, young, strapping man, and Lucas, two of Keithy's besties, okay? So Keithy, they come up here. I ordered the dinner from, if y'all know Burbank, the steakhouse, oh my God, the smokehouse in Burbank, right? Yeah, anyone who tries me, I can't talk. I just can't take it anymore. So I'm literally buying the dinner for it was Thanksgiving at the smokehouse, and me and Lori are literally talking as we're driving down the street to pick the dinner up. I had John and I think Jason maybe went with John to pick up the dinner. So the dinner's, and it's about you're paying anywhere from $300 to $400 for that dinner on the holiday, during the holiday time, for the garlic bread, because, you know, John will always get the $40 or $50 steak. So will Jason. They will do that. And too bad when Keith was alive, I didn't do that. I used to cook. So I don't know that I'm better, son, child. I kept running. I just didn't stop running. And I talk about it. I will never shut up. I won't shut up. If you disagree with how my marriage was or what I talk about, you can get off my channel. If John disagrees with me, I will stand in front of a court and a judge and say it. Every single one of my friends knows what happened because they lived through it. I could hardly speak. John's cousin was the first person who had to force feed me food to get me to eat. In other words, I felt safe around his cousin who fed me toast and egg on a toast so that I could sit and eat with him because I couldn't eat. I had a full nervous breakdown. I could not eat. My hair was falling out. My hair fell out, okay? My hair fell out. I know what it is now. I did not know what it was then, okay? I had no idea. I kept trying to prove that I was good enough. I kept trying to prove that I was good enough. So I'm not going to prove I'm good enough now. And if the trolls want to come here, let's see, I bet someone is paying other trolls. Yeah, I'm blocking them. The trolls aren't triggering me tonight. Yeah, that's Delaney Cassidy's and Thomas's dad, Jay. And then Jay and I got into a fight, and then Keith died, and Jay called me right away. But Jay and I got into a fight one Christmas, whatever, and we left his house early and whatever. But I ran. That's all I do. But what I'm saying to you is, okay, so anyway, the smokehouse dinner came. The garlic bread from the smokehouse. So good. So Lucas comes with his mom. Cindy's his mom, my friend Cindy. Lucas comes up with the cheesecake from Cindy for dessert. And we've got the desserts from the smokehouse. So it's me, Jason, Kenna, and it's John, and it's little Michael, who is big Michael now, but I'm so used to seeing him as a 7-year-old. And it's Lucas, and they're all sitting here. After all, Cindy makes the best cheesecake and should do it for a living. You have no idea how good that cheesecake is. You have no, yeah, I did. Our marriage was as violent as fuck. It was horrific. There was nothing good about our marriage. Yeah, he doesn't give me respect. No, I stopped today. I said after I got that fucking thing, I'm not fucking paying your car insurance. And for 2 cars, this bitch has 2 cars. Here's what he said. It's not that much money anyway. And then when I'm making payments for Jason, Jason will say, if he doesn't pay me back, he'll say, just get rid of the car then. And they talk like that. I'm so fucking sick of it. Anyway, so the dessert comes out. We're eating the yummy dessert. Yummy cheesecake from Cindy. I'm giving Cindy a call out because her cheesecake is so good. So you'll eat the whole thing. You'll eat it for breakfast. She puts it in my fridge and she's like, eat it in the morning. I'm like, you're trying to make me fat, but it's so good. So what does John do? We are sitting here. We are sitting here. All of us sitting here. He pulls his cell phone out like this and says to Lucas and little Michael in front of me and Kenna and Jason, this is July, August, September, October, November, 5 months after my Keith died, okay? And his Keith. And here's what he says. Look. He goes, there's a picture. Oh, that's cute. Anyway, he goes, I don't have the picture. I got Keith and Jordan on there on the bikes. He goes like this. Look, you guys, here's a picture of my first wife, and she was blonde. Hello. I just bought all you fuckers dinner, and these kids did not know how to respond to him. And I said not one word. Kenna said, yes, yes, yes. This is what I lived with. Yes, yes. Constantly, constantly. And then yes, no, that's all he does is abuse. That's what he said. Yes, yes. Why are you asking me why for so long? Obviously, I was weak and couldn't leave. I had a nervous breakdown, couldn't leave, was not going to leave my boys, was not going to leave them. The only reason I stayed married is because my kids were little. I wanted to leave him. I felt like I was in a train wreck and I couldn't get away from him. I couldn't get the fuck away from him. I could not get away from him. But anyway, yes, codependency from alcoholic, whatever. It took me 33 years. I wanted to leave before I got pregnant with Keith. That is how long. But I know no one else, so it's very hard to leave. I don't have any other people. Let's see, nursery. Okay, you're going to. All right. Yeah, I definitely, absolutely. When you come out of trauma, I also preach about not doing drugs and having a son that died. I had a complete nervous breakdown after my son died, could not feel anything. Could not feel anything. All of you came to my aid. Deanna, all of Keith's friends. They are so lovely. They include me in everything. So yes, I had a complete nervous breakdown after that. And I'm still going to talk about what it's like to have a child die. Absolutely. That's it. Hold on. I feel like these people are from Nigeria. Okay, so you didn't want... Okay, I'm going to answer this. I wanted Keith. That's why I had Keith. I didn't want John, but I chose to have Keith, just so you know. But you're going now. So you are gone. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I mean, who says that? What's wrong with these people? What is wrong with these people? What is wrong? They're Nigerian, right? Like they write like they're retarded or something. I didn't feel anything after Keith died. So when I talk about things, hopefully you learn from that experience. But I literally bought that man's Thanksgiving dinner and invited Keith's friends here, and he tried to humiliate me, which it didn't. Oh, Kenna said, she's ugly anyway, Sloan, you're way better looking. Kenna jumped right up. Kenna got really mad at that, and she said it right away. But here's the thing. That is really fucked up. I hope they're liberal bots. Yeah, maybe they are. I don't know what he is. I'm not here to diagnose him, but that's whatever that is. He chose to do that in front of my dead son's friends and then turn around and say, oh, it's nothing. They should know about my life. And I just looked at him like, did they ever ask you in the 24 years that Keith was live? Did they ever ask you about your ex-wife? I mean, no, I don't think so. So why now, right? Right. Let's see. Yeah, no, you guys are really good, but it's interesting. I would have said who gives... I didn't say anything until after he left. Yes, it's really fucking weird. It's really weird. He used to fight me before. He might have been drunk. I can't tell anymore. I cannot tell anymore. But what I can tell you is I have no idea how it will work. Ken is caught in the middle. Exactly. Yeah, he does have major problems. He's texted me. He's disgusting. He's disgusting. I've never heard such a thing. I took care of all the funeral and all the stuff, and I got attacked after the funeral. He called me a narcissist after the funeral. Ah, that's funny, right? Yes, it's methodical abuse, and he did it. But you know what? I left him. And I told him when I was 20 something. I said, one day I'm going to fucking walk out, and you're not going to know when. I wasn't going to leave my children. And I did it when I was ready, when I could do it, when I could take care of myself. Because I left with no money. I know that's no big deal at my age, but it is, because most women get half of, what do you mean you're abusive? Women get half of the income. Like John's daughter's not leaving her marriage till her husband splits the money. I walked out with nothing. I mean, I saved, I hid my money, and then I walked. And that's what I did. Wait, the timing was wrong and rude. I don't know what that means. Yeah, no, I mean, I never did spells on him. I never did spells on him. I prayed to God that they would like me. I do the timeline jump so that Jason will see who I am as a person. I don't know if God does anything with that. I don't know. Maybe I deserve it. I don't know. This is the thing with karma. Why does it happen here? Why does a little kid see, I don't believe little kids deserve it, but ask yourself a question. If I'm living in that, what exactly did I do to deserve that? I must have done something. You can't help but think that. Jimmy affected me. God knows how John treated Jimmy. I mean, they act like they're so great, but John's not. John, no. John would not believe Jimmy was an addict. John would not help his son. I mean, he did to a degree. And he acted surprised when his child died after the 6th overdose. And he said that Jimmy wasn't on drugs. And he taught my children that I was crazy and making up stories about Jimmy until Jimmy's sister told Jason just after Keith died, nah, your brother was a drug addict. Everybody knew Jimmy was a drug addict. I didn't know it really. Yes, he fucking won't do shit. He won't do shit. Not shit. So it's interesting. Yes, he chooses to side with his dad. But maybe I deserve it. All that screaming when he was little. So, I don't know what to say. Yeah, it was Keith that was growing the weed in the grow house at John's business. But here's the thing when I found out about it. They had all the lights, all the grow, all the shit. No license. Whatever, they can do it. The building was in my name with tax liens on it. So if they set fire to it, I'd be sued. If, I don't know who checks weed shops, if the weed people came, I'd be sued. If the cartel came, they'd be murdered. So, and the building's in my name. So I was legally responsible. Do you get it? Do you get it? Do you get it? And they all thought this was fine. I did see my kids on his back. I did see that. I don't pay any of that. I know nothing about the building. I never had a key. He's telling me to pay all the back building tax stuff on that. I've never been in there. It's his. He put it in my name, never gave me a key, never gave me a door thing. I don't know how to get into it. I did see my 2 kids on his back. I really did. Yeah. No, I didn't. I was on my own. I'm sure it raises electricity. I would have gone to jail. Both of my sons and my husband thought nothing about that. They thought, fuck you, the building's in your name. We don't care. You're a stupid bitch, which is what they call you all the time. That's what they do. I got threatened by both my kids if I take the building. If you take the building, I can't even tell you the discussion before Keith left. Granted, I didn't respond, but set up by John. I don't know that I can do that. We're in the middle of a divorce. I don't know, Yeah. Let's see, the men in your life say, yeah, no, I literally was set up. I feel like I was set up. I mean, the kids, I'm not going to blame the kids. They're kids. And they did listen to me fight. And it looks like I'm guilty because I'm coming at John barrels. But he made me crazy. He made me crazy. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to say. Yes, I know about the key. I have to check with my lawyer. I have to check with that. I don't know if he brainwashed them. I don't know what he did, but sell it to a tech company. I don't know. But yeah, set up. So I was a patsy. So that's what my marriage was. Record him on the phone saying it was, well, people know. I mean, if I'm going to pull people into court, but you do understand when you go into court, it costs thousands of dollars. John's cousin is a multi-millionaire and so is his daughter. I don't have that kind of money. So they're just going to paper me and fuck with me. So it's just, you can go in front of the judge, but I don't have I can't pay to respond to what I have to respond to. It's so stupid, you know? It's so stupid. I don't know if Keith knows. Maybe I can't speak for Keith. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I hope he dies a painful death. I'm just saying. Anyway. Jason sets everything up. John sets everything up. They're setup artists. Whatever. But what I do know is Jason was clever enough to know when John wanted to put life insurance on him when he was 12, and John would say, I'm just joking. Jason would say he's trying to kill me. So that's interesting. No, I have my own place. I pay my own bills here. I'm fine. Yeah, he might be. He might be. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Change the locks. I have to check with that legally. His possessions are in there, so I have to give him time to get out of there. But yeah, I could do that. Technically, the building's in my name. Technically, I could. But he'll come kill me. So I will end up, he will kill me. I mean, I'll get a whole bunch of shit. It's not worth, I don't know what to say. I tried to be nice. That's all I can say. Because I don't know how any other way to be to him. He's the father of my kids' children. And once he always says I was joking. He always says I look fat. You're joking. You look this. I'm joking. You know, like that. I'd have to redo the business. Yeah. I just said I shouldn't wish that. But you cannot be mean to your kid's parent, I don't think. I think he has no control over me. He never did. I did whatever I wanted. He just got me when I got home and had to sleep at night. He never went to sleep with me at the same time. This man literally did not crawl into bed with me. He's not scaring me. I just get a headache after him. He never went to bed at the same time. 33 years and the man stayed up all night watching TV on that motherfucking couch, come to bed at 2 and 3 in the morning. Sometimes I'd get up, he'd be gone. Okay, who knows where the fuck he went in the middle of the night? Whatever addictions I don't know that he has. So he would do that. And then I would get up at 4 in the morning or 5 or 2. And then he would come to bed after I went to bed. There was nothing, like I literally put up with, there was nothing romantic or kind. He brings flowers on the birthday. And he buys you dinner and all of that. I don't know if he snored. He was never really in the bed with me that much. I put up with nothing. I didn't get sex. I didn't get a bunch of stuff. He says it's me. No. And there was that. There was nothing. There was nothing compatible. I'm sorry your dad died. Yes, I know what he's doing. Yes, I really do think he can kill me. He would kill me in a second. Yes. I don't know if he has the energy to do it, but I don't think he'd care if he killed me. And if I changed the stuff on his building, he'd have somebody come up here and beat me. I'm pretty sure of that. I don't know who. He might have Jason do it. I don't know. I don't think Jason would do it. But what I'm saying is I don't know who he knows or what he would do. He would not tolerate that. I'd have to get a sheriff. I'd have to get a restraining order. That's a lot of drama, right? So, yeah, he's a freeloader for sure. We didn't have sex. I mean, we had sex twice a year. That's what I lived with for like 30 years. Sex twice a year. That's it. As he called me a whore the entire time. But the reason is, if you're going to yell at me, I'm not going to have sex with you, right? Right? No, I just felt he wouldn't molest my kids. I saw my kids, and I felt he wouldn't molest my kids. Understand me. Oh, he's gay. No, he kept saying he wanted sex. He would have sex, but he pissed me off so much I didn't want sex with him. Too private? Don't a lot of women go through this? We know women go through weird stuff. I don't care. He says it's me. I say it's him. So anyway, you may need to make sure that paraphernalia is gone in your name. Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't ever have keys to the building. No one could possibly blame me. I have never had keys to the building. No, he doesn't have low performance. It's not that. You know why I married him? What else was I going to do? I met him when I was 20. I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought that's what I was supposed to do. I'm sorry. I had no idea. I married him. And why does anybody get married? Same reasons you got married. So, I mean, I don't marry anyone for money. I don't marry anyone for money. So money's not a thing. Well, you have to hate yourself to be an alcoholic. You don't like yourself. And if you're a drug addict, you don't like yourself, right? I said, get out of my body. You're not coming yes, get the fuck out. Absolutely. Yes, I can prove I've never had keys. I can absolutely prove there's a gate outside. I've never had keys. There's cameras there. He has to pay association dues. I've never had keys. Never. I've never had keys. Everybody knows that. His employee knows that. All you'd have to do is subpoena an employee. I've never had keys. My son's had keys. He had keys. I never had keys. He put the building in my name so he could avoid lawsuits and taxes or whatever he was doing. I don't know. So that's what he did. Yep. Did you sign for the property? I have no idea. I don't know if I signed on it or he just gave it to me. I'm sure I had to sign something if he gave it to me. Yes, aren't they? But it's okay. Yes, it's okay. Yeah, he doesn't self-reflect. You should sell it. I will. I will talk to the lawyer and do that. Yeah, he keeps a lot of secrets. I don't care what Jason knows or not knows. It's obvious I love Jason. He either knows it or he doesn't. If he doesn't think I do, I can't help that. I can't help any of that. You know, I don't think he questions that. I don't think he questions concept. You cannot, Celtic seer, I don't mean to be that way. Keys to the goddamn grow house. I know. When I found that house, I go to Keith. I know who Keith was doing it with. I'm like, are you really fucking doing that in there? And then I was living up here, so I'm like, what can I do about it? I have no power whatsoever. I'm literally powerless in that scenario. I have an attorney. The attorney is talking to the other attorney saying what you guys are saying, and his attorney's saying, fuck you, or whatever. She's saying, basically, fuck you. John owns the house outright. So she understands it. She understands it. John paid for everything. I don't receive the bills. The building's in my name. I have no idea. They hijack the mail. They take the keys. They put it in my name. And then he screams at me that I owe taxes. That's what I'm saying. Thousands of dollars of taxes on the building. I owe building taxes. I owe building taxes. I've never seen a bill. I have called the tax people now. No, you can't do a mediator. Mediators don't work. They're going to make you do a mediator in court. I'm tired of him too. Let's talk about something else. See, I came back on. I'm going to delete this section. You know I'm going to delete it. I'm going to take it off. Yes, Bobby's already helping me. I know Bobby. Bobby already helps me tremendously. No, that's not true. You're lying there. I'm sorry, Terry. It is not a 50-50 state. It's not a 50-50 state, okay? If you sign off, and I've talked to 11 different lawyers. I want you to hear me in the state of California, okay? I want you to hear me. In the state of California, if you take your name off of property, I don't care what the property is, a house, a building, a trailer park, whatever, and you give it to your spouse, there's a transmutation law, and you have to prove that you didn't give it to him. I can't prove, actually, talk to Bobby about Betty Broderick. I can't prove that I didn't willingly sign that over or that I was under duress. So it's a learning lesson. He wins. He wins again. He wins. He moves Kenna, Lila, and Jason into his house and then says he needs money to pay the bills and then tells me he told Kenna And then it is, I know they don't get it. They keep saying the law. You fucking fight the law in court. The judge told me it was going to cost us $100,000. And I know he tricked me. I know what he did. He told me last week, he's like, I had a conversation with Kenna. He goes, I told Kenna to be careful before she moves in the house with Jason in case, they get into fights or whatever. And then he goes, I told Kenna, don't you give Jason money. You sell it to me. Really, John? So now you're using Kenna for money. Really? Yeah. So anyway, that's right, Petalwood. But anyhow, that's what he said. I'm taking this all down. I can't cut the power. My name's not on the power. My name is on nothing. You understand? My name is on nothing. No, I can't. There's tons of verbal abuse. Everybody and their cousin knows it. It doesn't mean the judge gives a shit. The judge does not give a shit if you get punched in the face, if your husband's an alcoholic, if he cheated, if he fucked his daughter, if he fucked your daughter, if he fucked you and raped you. No one cares. No one cares what he did. They only care if your name is on there. The law does not care what you think emotionally. Okay, they do. Exactly. But you have to prove that. I know all about that. I know what narcissistic, I know what this is. But you have to prove it. Understand, when you get a lawyer to prove it, you're $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 into it. Who has that when they're already paying for a lawyer? Do you understand? Right? No one's doing this pro bono. There's not enough money between us to be pro bono. So you understand that. Yes, I do ask for God's help. Exactly. But I have a nice nose through, okay, whatever. I don't know what you guys are talking about. But anyway, it's just, I don't know who Lily Peters is. I have no authority to sell my house. I have the authority, I guess, to sell. Yeah, no, I know you're just checking. I'm not going to fundraise for this. I did for Keith's funeral because I was emotionally unable to work, but I'm a grown adult. I can take care of it. And if he wins, he wins. So I'll just do more things just saying he won. I'm going to stop fighting. I know, nice noses are rare, aren't they? I'm going to stop fighting him on this because at a certain point it comes down to, I signed a quick claim. I'm going to go back and check on that. I did. He's throwing them out. We had one signed with both our names so that we could put it back. And yeah, you represent yourself, but you know what the judge says? You're a fucking asshole and I don't like you and you're younger and he's older and he's sick and you're fucked. I can already hear it. I don't even need to do that. It is Breaking Bad. It is fucking John. When the building was in my name, you want to hear this one? He had one of his friends living in a trailer. I told you about this, Bobby. Anyway, it was a friend of ours. I'm not going to say the name. And he had a trailer. He blew the trailer up because why? Why, you ask? I'm not saying I'm not smart. I don't have the emotional maturity to deal with it because I want to kill him. I'm not saying I'm not smart. I know I'm smart. I know I'm fucking smart. But he had his friend living in a trailer at our work. And the friend lived, yes, exactly. And it blew up. Blew up. Kaboom. Yeah, the building was also in my name at that time. That's right. No, I told him, I said, you fucking play games with me. When you ask for me on your deathbed, I'm not going. Like, I'm really not going. I will not be there. I've been there for you more than anybody else in your life. I don't care if you die. I don't care if you don't cross over. I don't care if you're afraid. I don't care at this point. But see, I feel bad. Now, here's the problem, you guys. Think about this. I feel hugely bad saying that because if you're a God-loving person and you believe in God, no, it was. He had a meth dealer fucking doing meth. Yes, hey, he had the guy in the trailer living in our property in our house in Burbank. And he had ducks on the roof and they were doing drugs. John was out of his mind on meth or coke or whatever because I would be gardening in the front yard and John would come out and scream at me because of the helicopter guy and the guy I was fucking in the helicopter. That's how crazy my marriage was, okay? And I did not know how the fuck to get out of it. I did not know how to get away from that man. I tried. I could not. Yes, it does in court. His lawyer is saying he deserves the house because he's older. That's what they're doing. They don't give a shit. I'm telling you, I've got the paperwork. I don't even have to explain it, but that's what's being said. Anyway, here's the thing. if you're a good person and you believe in God and being kind, then how do you really hate how very Heisenberg of him, I know. He's exactly like that fucking guy. I'm telling you, a psycho. Anyway, but it's true. It's fucking true. Why do you think his son died of a drug overdose? Do you think that that was an accident and Jimmy completely didn't know about drugs? Or do you think he did drugs with his father? Or how do you think he knew his dad was at the strip club doing drugs and he was at the strip club doing drugs? How do you think that which argument won't fly in court? It's going to fly in court. I know how they look at women. I don't even believe what you're saying. I don't even trust. It's a male judge. And it's an older male judge. It'll never work. Judges are not fair. I don't believe men are going to be fair. I just can't go there with that. I just can't. And I think his women lawyers are see you next Tuesdays. It's very triggering that women are doing this when they fucking know what he did. Okay. Yeah. It makes me so crazy. I'll probably get arrested in the court. This is going to be the problem. But how do you say you're a good person if you wish someone dead? See, you're not. So you have to be unconditionally loving, and I'm trying that. Helicopters, so is it? Oh no, helicopters is a very real government thing, but the meth people are the ones that seem to bring it up. Thank you for that, Nancy. Thank you. Oh my God, right? Yeah, he might be something. No, I got away. It's just, he just really thinks of himself. Not once does Jason ever call and say, can I help you with anything? It's me begging him to talk to him. That's just how it is. That's how it's always been. Me begging. That's codependence. I was not strong enough to risk them not loving me. It was too much for me to do that. So yeah, they do have drones. I don't know that Keith did anything that wrong. Keith was a boy. I mean, a child. Keith was a good boy, but yeah, it's not. I can't make them like me. I cannot make. They do not like me. Keith did tell me he loved me. I asked for his I begged. I've apologized. I've pleaded. I can't apologize for anything anymore. Nor can I apologize for my verbal diarrhea during a full moon, which is what this is right now. Yeah, John calls every day. John calls every day, except on certain days when he's done something. So when he's out with whoever he goes out with, he doesn't call. But yeah, he usually calls. But he's just calling, I don't know why. Of course, John was you're not going to have kids with someone who's not part of your past life, quite frankly. You're really, really not going to have kids with that. So I have to check with the lawyer to overbearing mother. His mother was, she was okay. I don't know. No, Jason likes John. They loved their father. Keith loved his father. I was too busy in the cuckoo bin. So I spent 13 years not very well. And I wasn't very good. So I am stopping. I'm changing my phone number. You guys aren't going to be able to reach me either. It's already changed. Bobby's the only one that Deanna got my new number. So yeah, I'm going to have a call forward to my work number. No one's getting a hold of me anymore. That's for sure. Not going to happen. Oh, I'm so sorry, Dawn. 1 year was tomorrow. Oh my goodness, that must be so hard. Yeah, I had postpartum really bad and grief from Jimmy dying. Yeah, I know. I loved my Keith. Keith was such a good, I do matter, but if your kids don't think you matter, and I'm not the only one. My friend I was talking about, see, the thing is, I end up calling John because no one calls me. So it's codependency. You have a fear of not having, even if it's abuse, even if you hate the person, you don't have any, I talk to Deanna and Bobby, obviously, but you understand codependency. So that's what it is, Yes. Yes, they got the mother, they got whatever. It's very hard, but I'm being very honest. So, yeah, it's very hard. It's very, very, very hard. I've talked way too long. I must shut up. I sound like I had another nervous breakdown here. I don't know that I suffered. I just assumed that I still have postpartum. No, I still assume that this is part of just what happens, You're brave never to answer. If I didn't answer, I wouldn't have an adult man call me. No men call me. Do you hear me? I have no adult conversation. I have with girlfriends, but something about it. It's just weird. It's just weird. I don't get a lot of response from it. So it's just weird. Yes, Bobby, you and I got the same thing going on. It's terrible. I do lean on you guys. Now the crazy trolls are going to mock this and enter Xanax. I don't take any of that. I don't take any of that. I think I am self-aware. I'm very honest with what happened. I'll never hide it. I'm 50% wrong for not leaving the marriage. It's infuriating that this man that dumped his drug addict son on me, his cunt daughter, and his fucked up mother on me, and I cooked and cleaned and listened to his mouth for years say horrific things, would think that he absolutely fucking has the right, because he will call me and he'll be like, you never did anything for 30 years. I paid the mortgage. Here's another thing, ladies, before I go. Never let the man write the check. Oh, see? Never let the men write the check for the mortgage without getting a receipt for half the mortgage. Because the men that pay the mortgage on the checks, just like John's daughter's husband does, okay? Yeah, you do know that. They get more credit for the house and the mortgage because they paid it. Yeah, that's right. No one told me that when I was 21, okay? No one told me that. No one told me that. I didn't know that. No one fucking, I'm telling all the young girls out there without a mother, fucking you write the check to the mortgage. You do that. That doesn't make sense. No, that's the truth though. I'm telling you that. No, I'm not a victim. I'm not. I just cannot believe he takes money from his cousin and son to fight me in court. Oh, I was 20 when I met John. 20. I was 20. 6 months after meeting, I moved in with him. That was my mistake. I was coming out of a really bad marriage. So I had I think I probably shouldn't have got married, come to think of it. But I did see my kids on John's back. So I don't know if Jason will ever see it, but whatever. I did see that. And once I married, no, I never needed him. Are you kidding me? I knew I never needed him. Emotionally, I needed him because I don't have anybody else. Do you see what I'm saying? Always put the dead in your name. Wait, what does that mean? Always put the dead in your name. Wait, beyond. I'm trying to read this. God, my glasses. But yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, now listen, you guys, on this channel with the trolls, we're not going to respond to trolls. Oh, did you put your name on the deed? Yeah, Bobby found me all the stuff with my name on the deed. So it shows that the deed was switched every 2 years and then John just didn't switch it back. So I know you guys it's not your problem. We all go through divorce. There's people on here with far worse stories, terrible things, but I'm saying I'm not responding ever again to the trolls. So if anybody critiques my dead son or critiques my breasts and sexually abuses me on here like that person did, commenting on my breasts, which, like, I don't know, I think if we know I have big breasts, we can see it, right? But anyway, if anybody does that or makes comments on my dead son, like I'm going to be dead, like they did the night before, or, Keith died, or, they made fun of my tattoo on their live because of Keith's face. And then they said, well, if they like that on their arm, as if it was a bad thing. So those things are just, I smile all the time. No, judges are not fair at all. I find it very fucking funny. I find everything very fucking funny. So I got yelled at by my friend that said, I'm in love with you, my mother died, because I started laughing. I find it fucking funny. Everything is funny. But yeah, and but here's the thing. I'm literally, thank you guys. You guys are, I'm like, I'm fine. I am fine. My son died. I'm fine. I'm walking upright. I am walking upright. I'm not drunk or high. I didn't do what Jason did. I didn't do what John did. I didn't go take fentanyl and drink and do that shit, pass out and do that. I had to do it straight sober with no help from any of them. So there's not a kind word. There was not a card. I didn't even get a Mother's Day card. I didn't get anything. I didn't even get a fucking hug when my son died. I could barely hug John, could barely hug him because of the shit that came out of his mouth. So it's very interesting. It's very fucking interesting to see. I don't take lightly to that. I mean, you'd think you would say something. What I got told by Jason is he lost 2 brothers. Nothing about Keith being my son. He lost 2 brothers. John lost 2 sons. No one said a fucking word to me. You guys did. But no one said a fucking word to me, okay? Not a fucking word about Keithy. So it's kind of interesting. I know you guys are fine. I will Google Joe Dispenza. The name's familiar. Why do I know this? I will do that. Yeah, it is a full, but I don't care if my boys love me at this point. I can't do anything about it. That's the thing. That's what kept me stuck in a marriage, caring. You cannot. Yes, you do sign away. Yes, you do. I know, I did. John did it good. John fucked me. But I promise you, it's going to fuck him up the ass. There's going to be some kind of something that happens to him that fucks him up the ass. Literally. I don't know who or what, but it's going to happen. That's all I'm saying. Because you can't do, who does that to the mother of their children when the child died? Who does that? What kind of a piece of shit does that? And I mean, he's a piece of shit. When I read that email, I called Bobby, but I was screaming. I don't know that he's a monster. He's extremely selfish, unaware, really has done nothing with his life. Like he basically is drank. He had 1 kid die of a drug overdose that he refused to believe was an addict. His daughter married a gay man for some reason and thought that that was okay for money. And I'm sorry, love. And then he hit a motorbike from his ex-wife that his son died on. So he's batting 3 and 3. I'm just hoping he doesn't kill Jason. That's what I'm hoping. Because he's batting 3 for 3, right? I don't know what to say. He does have a lot of entities. He does. He's a bitch. Don't hate him. He's just a bitch. He seems damaged, but I seem damaged. But here's the thing. Yeah, I should just drop the divorce and walk away, shouldn't I? Something about my mind is like, how fucking dare you set that and I walk away with nothing? Then I'm that abused kid and I got disinherited from my parents from that. My mom literally wrote down that she had 1 kid. I was the full moon's tomorrow. I was the first kid. You hear? So of course you love your kids. Yeah, the little kids are great. Yeah. Oh, he's fucking with Jason. No one tells a drug addicted son who's riding a motorbike, falls down the stairs, can't stand up straight after his brother dies, that he's going to take a life insurance policy out on him, and then has the kid on the corner of the street crying, believing that, and then telling me that his dad's right, he is going to die and he should collect money on him. That's what John did to Jason. And I'm going to say that out loud so that if anything happens to Jason, we know where that came from. We know where I know, unwanted at conception. That was actually said to Jason. Straight up, Kenna knows that. There's no hiding that. I'm not hiding it. I like John. I like people to think that I can get along with him and I try to keep him in a light, but I'm not doing it anymore. I'm not doing it anymore. Yes, my adoptive mom took me off of everything and denied my existence, and all of the adopted family did the same thing. My brother, I'm their first child. So when my dad passed and all of that happened, all of them just fucking kept hush hush, banned me from the funeral and kept the money. And it was quite a lot of money. So, and then my cousin had the gall, she's in her 70s. She had the gall to say to me when Keith died, and she got a hold of me on Facebook. She had the fucking gall to say to me, oh, by the way, I said, where is my mom? And she said, oh, she died 2 years ago. We couldn't find you. And yet here you are calling me when Keith is dead. That's so fucking interesting. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I hate when YouTube kicks me out. They kick me off all the time. No, I'm just saying it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Oh my God. She was 55? What happened, Brenda? I'm so sorry. I hate the motorcycles. I hate them. I hate them. I'm quitting tonight. I have a problem. Quitting what? Quitting what? I have hedge of, you guys are great. Every single one of you supported me when Keith died. Bobby came to my aid. Everybody supported me so wonderfully on this channel. Oh, you're quitting drinking. Thank you. I'm like, what are you quitting? I was hoping it wasn't your job. I mean, not a motorcycle fan. No, I'm not a motorcycle fan. Good job. Quit drinking. Exercise. Just exercise. Um, yeah, I know. Yeah, no, the motorcycles, after looking at Keith's beautiful body in life and his broken body, oh my God, his broken body, horrible, really fucking horrible. So horrible, I don't even know what to say. So horrible. I'm not even mad enough to fight at this point. My child died. I just want a divorce. He's cock blocking me. Maybe I could find someone to fuck. You know what I'm saying? This bitch, I can't fuck anybody because I'm married because he doesn't want to sign the papers. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? He's blocking me energetically in every which way. Do you see? I hope you see. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Ooh, good for you. Good for you. I quit exercising due to my ranch job. Go back, Paul. Try to exercise. It is Saint Germain by Mac. Right. If you were never to speak to John again, that's the ultimate straw. I don't think he cares. He wants to fight. So he's going to force me not to fight because I'm just not going to put the money in. He's going to force me not to fight. And I may just say tomorrow, keep everything and get the fuck out of here and not talk to Jason or John ever again. Problem is, I'm not going to talk to Jason either because Jason's going to choose to do that. That's what my brother did. My brother did the same thing. My brother inherited everything and chose not even to call me to tell me he was sorry my son died. Not even to say, I'm sorry Keith died, and he kept all the money. Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? So, oh, he loves to abuse me. John, you know, he loves to, yeah, he abuses everybody. He abuses his friends. He says shitty things to his friends. He's not nice the way he speaks to his friends either. He's not a nice person. Yes, Jason will take money. Don't kid yourself. Don't fucking kid yourself. Good for you for quitting. I am stable and strong. I'm not drunk or high. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I still do everything. I still help people. People have real life traumas. If you don't think they do, they do. And some people's lives sound crazy, but they're not crazy. It's the people that come in. Exactly. Is AA the only way to do it? No, you can just start exercising and praying to God to take away. Pray for 3 weeks in a row. Go to AA. Go to AA. It's not bad to go to AA. I don't know that it's necessary, but pray for 3 weeks in a row that you ask God to take the urge to drink from you, and then replace what you do when you drink. So like if you're drinking, I don't know, at lunch, I'm just making that up. If you're like John and you start drinking at 11 in the morning in a bar and sitting there because you're a fucking alcoholic and a piece of shit that's lazy. Anyway, you're not. But if you start drinking at 10 in the morning, let's say, or that's when you have your first drink, at that time, do something different. See, you have to change an addiction with another addiction. So exercise is a good addiction. So put running shoes on and walk around the block, or get on the computer and design something, or make a phone call, or eat an apple, or get a coffee. Do whatever you got to do and then do it again. Okay. Wait, are you no, you're not an alcoholic when you're drinking against your will, but you have a choice to put a drink in your mouth. But you have to replace. What if you drink for 2 hours a day? Let's say you're in a bar for 2 hours a day. I don't know when people go to bars. At dinner, whatever it is. Start exercising. Join a yoga class. Take martial arts. Take horseback riding. Do a dance class. Take a strip class. Take whatever kind of class. Exercise always raises your vibration and helps you. Do that, okay? Do that. And do anything. So write it down. Set a goal. If you want to do something, set a goal. Yes, place overeating with running. Just literally, I put my running shoes on and go out the door every time I felt like killing myself. And I'm being serious. I would do that. I'm talking when Jimmy died and when Keith was born after that. That's what you do. That's why I'm so dedicated to running. I will not be, and you know, John would say, you're just a running addict. I'm like, it stops me from killing you, doesn't it? So the exercise increases the brain chemistry that the alcohol is depressing. Alcohol is actually a depressant. So you want to do that. You want to move in a different direction. Exercise, nature, gardening. Oh my God, Deanna has this fucking amazing garden that she's like making her own lunches and dinners in this garden. Yeah, I can't go on vacation. I've got to pay my own bills. I do hike. I do that. I never went on a honeymoon. This man promised me a honeymoon, never took me on a honeymoon. The only trips he took me on were to his family. He would not come to my family, to his family. Oh, one time he did. To his family in order to be a cook and a cleaner and a car driver. So running, gardening, grow your own vegetables, get a chicken, get some fish. Yeah, Deanna's garden is fucking incredible. She's making cucumbers. I go over there. She's got beets. She's got cucumbers. It's all on the rooftop. She's helping Joni garden. It's beautiful. She's got so much rosemary. She's got cucumbers. She's got, oh my God, Brussels sprouts, everything. Garden. Garden takes up so much time and your hands are in the dirt and they get dirty. So try that and good luck and let us know. And I'm going to shut up now and delete this video. Bye, y'all. Bye, guys. Volunteer. Get a bird. I know, Deanna's garden, Bobby, she started doing it after you did. So good. Take a cooking class for the stuff that you do in the garden. Yes, she got beans too. She's got beans too. Yeah, she's amazing. Amazing. Okay, bye, you guys. Mwah. I'm going to delete this because I had a full moon breakdown, which I have quite often. Bye, you guys.